the Orioles on Masson in the concluding game tonight against the Angels. And for the Orioles, a chance to come away with a sweep against Los Angeles and guarantee that they will not lose the season series against the Angels. It has happened 6 years in a row. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome for the Orioles under Buck Showalter. It is who are these guys? They have played two of the best games of the season in this series since Showalter took over. Can they continue it and get the sweep tonight? Well, we're going to see. One of the reasons they've been able to win these two games, extra base hits. The Orioles come in 9th in average, but only 13th in runs. One of the reasons, not a lot of extra base hits this year, but 5 extra base hits in back-to-back games these last two. Extra base hits overall, the Orioles rank 12th out of 14 in the American League. Take a look at what happened last night. Nick Markakis, who has had a red-hot bat, continued it. It's about the doubles. He is now in first in the American League, and you see through 107 games, most by the O's, Roberts, a couple of times Tejada, and Markakis. For Luke Scott, red-hot. 57% of the hits since June 11 have been extra base hits. That is the third most in Major League Baseball. And Jim Palmer, when you get the extra base hits, you get the runs.
Yeah, and then you couple that 5 for 11, 6 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Buck Showalter says, what do you mean we don't have a good offense? Because, again, they have played very well. 6 runs last night, 9 runs. And you know what? And he'll tell you all the extra base hits, getting the clutch hits. He said it all started with 2 outs in that 4th inning. They would get 5 runs with a 9-pitch walk by Brian Roberts. So it's great to get the extra base hits, but also have Roberts back.
And to get your starters going. The Orioles will have an interesting matchup tonight, a good one. Jake Arrieta will be on the mound for the O's.
Yeah, and if you're Buck Showalter, you only want Jake to do what Guthrie was able to do, and the same with Brian Mattis, and that is get him deep into the game. Guthrie goes 7 innings, gives up 3 runs. Mattis last night wins the first time at home, gives up 1 run in 6 innings to get some early runs. So, Jake's got to throw strikes. He's got good stuff, but again, he's very young, and you got to get the innings to understand what you have to do here at the Major League level.
And the Orioles will go up against a strikeout pitcher, maybe a little too late for this season to help them move into the postseason, but a good one.
Yeah, well, Mike Socia will tell you, who manages the Angels, we got a front of a rotation type of guy. He's going to be a stopper, and that's exactly what he has to do. They're 10 games behind the Rangers. They need a win tonight, and again, it's going to be a battle of who really pitches better, and we've seen that. That's been the kind of the tail of the tape in this 2-game series so far.
Sweeping a series has not been easy for the Orioles, obviously, this season. In fact, it's been tough just winning them. They did sweep a series here at Camden Yards against the Nationals, and tonight a chance to do it. And I think what most fans at the start of this would have said an unlikely situation against the Angels.
Well, yeah, that's what Texas said right before the All-Star game when the Orioles went down there. They played very well when you talk about the Rangers at home, and they swept them 4 in a row. And I know Mike Socia and all his coaching staff said, listen, this team may have the worst record in baseball, but they're a better team, and they have showed it talking about the Orioles the last 2 games.
All right, let's see what the O's can do here at home. And tonight we will be covering the bases. Felix BA is his name. We'll learn about his home, his family, and his thoughts on baseball. All coming up tonight. On Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy now. No 2:30 feeling later. Visit 5hourenergy.com. Mostly cloudy skies, high clouds, very little breeze here tonight. Let's take a look at our train game time temperature at 83 degrees. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Orioles with a chance to sweep it. Take a look at the lineups brought to you by Southwest Airlines. This one for the Angels. Ibarz, Torres, and Abreu, Hunter, Matsui, Caespo, Kendrick, Mathis, and Borges. The starting lineup with Torrey Hunter this series, a fine 5 for 9.
And let's take a look at our PNC scouting report on Jake Arrieta and what he needs to do to achieve success tonight. Well, fastball command hits his best pitch. He's got a slider, curveball, and changeup, but the best pitch, two-seamer. Rick Kranitz, the Oriole pitching coach, always talking about that. And again, when you come to the big leagues, doesn't matter how good of stuff, you got to be able to relax. And again, you got to be able to throw strikes. He's changed speeds, but again, you got to get it over 13 base on balls, last 13 plus innings.
This will be his first outing against the Angels organization. For Arrieta here at home, he's 1-2 this season. ERA very high, 7.36. In his 5 career starts here at Camden Yards, 1-2 with an ERA of 7.01. So the numbers have been high for him pitching in this ballpark, his home yard so far in a very young career. Ready to go. Here's Ibar, and he will take the first pitch. It is a ball, and we are underway. Ibar in the leadoff spot, switch hitter, 267 right and 281 left-handed. He's had a couple of hits and 9 at-bats in the first 2 games of the series. Arrieta will miss up high to him and falls behind 2-0.
Yeah, the pitch, a little light rain. Of course, the forecast said that it had skirted around us.
That's when we knew we were in trouble. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Ibar. He chases one up high, foul tipped it, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. Last year it was Sean Figgins, and he had 298 and scored 114 runs. He took the first pitch right down the middle. They called it a ball. Worked the count to 2-0 and swung one over his head. Tells you a little bit about their offense.
He shows bunt and will take that breaking ball for a strike, and it goes to 2-2.
So we talked about command of the fastball. Big guy at 6'4", 220, and occasionally he'll get real long, and you can see the spin back with that left heel. Great angle right there. And again, he talks about it. I want to stay short, want to get over my front side.
24-year-old gets the pitch in. Jones in center field. And he's got it. The mechanical part of his game, Jake Arrieta realizes, needs a little bit of work.
When I get out to the pen, what I'll do is I'll put a mark about 5 to 5.5 feet, about right here where I want my stride to be. And by doing that, it gives me a guideline of where I need to land pretty much every pitch. And by doing that, it's really helped me out there on the mound.
And it's transferring that from the bullpen to the game.
Yeah, and that's the difficulty because the adrenaline, he talks about that. It starts going, and you're worried about who's up at the plate. I mean, his stuff, and we saw it in his first start against the Yankees. Everybody said, oh, he's going to come to the big leagues, going to have to face the Yankees. And again, you just like to shorten it by about 6 inches.
That one by Torres will go to short. His brother's up with it. Brother to brother, and he just got him. That was a close play.
That was almost a little brotherly love there.
Yeah.
Philadelphia. P.A., Jones, and Markakis, that will be the defense for behind Jake Arrieta in the outfield. Wigington is Turris. Roberts and Luke Scott will move from DH over to first base. Josh Bell, who played third the other night, some muscle cramps, so he's got the night off. And Matt Waiters, who's been hot with a bat, he will do the catching.
2 down, nobody on. Here is Bobby Abreu. Abreu standing in as Arrieta will go for the 1-2-3 first inning, which is always the way you want to start. Abreu's got a 4-game hit streak. He's gone 3 for 9 in this series. 16 RBIs, last 19 games for him. Leads the club with walks. He's got 58 of them, which is tied for 6th in the American League. 0-1 delivery to Abreu off speed, right back to the mound. Arrieta snags it, and Detroit. Arrieta gets it done in a hurry. When we come back, a look at the Orioles lineup. Good start for Jake Arrieta. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Roberts, Markakis, and Wigginton, Scott, Jones, and PA. Wieters, Patterson, and Asturis, Luke Scott. That's the heat coming off his bat.
And our PNC scouting report on Dan Herron and what he needs to do to achieve success tonight. Well, he needs to stop the losing streak. The Orioles have won the first two, and he does have top of the rotation kind of stuff. Great splitter, good fastball, cutter, and slider. And then lifetime against the Orioles, 4-2, and here at Camden Yards when he does pitch, 1.67 ERA. Very comfortable pitching in this ballpark.
He's ready to go against Brian Roberts. The Orioles mighty happy that he is in the lineup after being hit on an attempted pickoff in the ball game last night. Brian has a 1-for-7 so far in this series, and he will take the first pitch away. This is the injury last night.
It hurt in the shin. Yep,
it hurt. He stayed with it, stayed in the ball game. A contusion on the left shin was the announced injury.
And don't think that Buck Showalter was not happy that he stayed in, showing everybody else, hey,
I'll play.
Yep.
A towering fly ball to Hunter into the corner, and the umpire's trying to get to see it. I don't know where it is. Did he catch it?
I don't think he ever
caught
it.
Yeah, he goes out of sight here, and we can't see him. And the first base umpire, Bruce Dreckman, he was going down the line. He couldn't see it either, and he darted out.
Yeah, but I don't think he ever saw it. But, you know, obviously it is a catch, and there's your second base and third base umpire saw it. I don't think you can see that from home plate either.
No, Bruce was going down the line, and all of a sudden Hunter disappeared into the corner. He records the out. Roberts retired a long fly ball. Here's Nick Markakis. Picked up the double as we showed you in the ball game last night. He's now tied with Miguel Cabrera. 36 doubles to lead the American League for each of them. Joe Mauer, Hamilton, Vernon Wells behind them with 34. 1-0 delivery. Markakis will take the pitch for a strike. Nick 2 for 11 lifetime off Herron.
Yeah, that is the pitch that's really going to establish his stuff, because again, when you have a split finger fastball, and he has a good one, if you can pitch down, the splitter looks like that if well executed.
Markakis a chopper off home plate to second base. And as Torres makes the play, 2 down.
Let's take a look at the Angels defense. Little different look, not in game 3, but over this series. Abreu, DH last night, back and left. Borges, who comes up from Salt Lake City, back in center field. Hunter, 9-time Gold Glover in right. Callaspo, Ibar, Asturis, and Howie Kendrick, and then Jeff Matthews. Never on the DL, but the rib injury back for the second straight night behind the plate.
Ty Wigginton. Wiggy's had a 1 for 11 lifetime off Herron. He will take that for a strike. Up to 255 with the 56 RBIs. He's had a 2 for 7 in the series and fouled off. This is the first meeting these two teams have had, incredibly. Had to get into August before they played one another, and they will play one more series on the West Coast in August 27, 28, and 29 against the Angels in Anaheim. The Orioles have lost the last 6 season series, and a victory in this game will guarantee that the worst they could do this year is play even at 3-3. A victory in this one, and they will sweep a series for the first time in the last 12 they've played against the Angels. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Wigginton. That'll be outside by Herron, and it's 2-2. Dan Herron, first innings, like a lot of starters, is a real trouble spot for him. He's given up 16 runs on 26 hits in 23 starts this year in the first inning, and 7 first inning home runs. 2-2 delivery to Wigginton, and Wiggy will take that to short, and that one gets by Ibar, a base hit. Abreu over to get it, right off the lip of the outfield grass.
Yeah, that ball hit awfully hard, so Manny Ibar's going to try to get to it, and then let's watch the hop. Yeah, I don't know if it gets a lip. It maybe just hit that hard. It'll
off his wrist.
Yeah.
So Wigginton is on with a base hit, a 2-out single, and that will bring up Luke Scott. When When he comes up, everybody pays attention. 20 home run mark for the third straight season for Luke Scott. And Scott, just a red-hot bat. And he'll take that one in the air to shallow left field. That's going to be in the Bermuda Triangle, and that's going to fall in over to third base. Wigginton going to wave him home, and he stops. Gary Allenson was trying to get his attention to get him to go. Wigginton was following the ball. Allenson saw that it was going to be a late retrieve on it, but Wiggy could not pick him up in time, and it will be a double for Scott.
Yeah, probably the best angle by Ibar, but he's up the middle because they play Scott to pull. Well, again, I don't know if he'd scored, but again, as you come into third, try to pick up the coach. We're going to have a little conversation right here, so a chance for the Orioles to take the lead.
So 2 in scoring position with 2 down. Orioles trying to continue that fine outing they had in the 4th inning. 5 runs and 5 hits that came after there were 2 away. And Adam Jones is going to get the opportunity, and he has been hot, hitting .466 in the last 4 games for Adam Jones. 2 down. And he will take that for a strike. The Orioles center fielder, 3 for 4, 2 doubles, 3 runs in the ball game last night. And just looking a whole lot more relaxed right now at the plate than he has for much of the year.
Well, we talked in the opening about how good they've been with runners in scoring position the last 2 nights. 5 for 11, 6 for 12. After going 4 for 35 in the previous 5 games. So the one thing you look at Adam, he gets a little anxious in these situations. So you got to have an idea. You watch the film. You know what Dan Herron can do, and he's a very accomplished pitcher. But at the end of the day, until you get to 2 strikes, you don't want to be swinging at his pitch. Have an idea up there. Use the whole field, which is one of the reasons that he is as hot as he is.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him. Jones will take it inside. Adam hitting a .228 on the year with runners in scoring position, and he'd obviously like to be a lot better than that. You see, with runners on, he gets even tougher.
Yep. Well, that's right there. By taking that pitch, he gets into a hitter's count. Now, the good pitchers don't give in, not with runners at second and third.
He'll foul it off.
And there's a split-fingered fastball for the first time.
Adam has had more chances with runners in scoring position this year than any other Oriole. He's the only Oriole who's got over 100 at-bats with runners in scoring position. He's got 101. Wigginton has 95.
Yeah, the only other guy was Tejada, and he was playing for the Padres. He had 103.
And Markakis has 90. Adam a comebacker. Herron's got it. Off-speed pitch out in front of it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on. We've completed 1 in the series finale. No score.
3rd last night, the Orioles had allowed 26 consecutive stolen bases. Now today, Buck Showalter said it's not always the pitcher's fault, but these young pitchers do need to do a better job of getting the ball to the plate a little bit quicker. And Brian Mattis actually admitted today that he does need to do a better job of that. Now, Buck said that holding runners on base is part of the finishing process of developing these pitchers, and that he hopes that in the future, pitchers that have been in the organization for 3 or 4 years will have a better understanding of that. Gary, Jim?
And we will watch for that as these youngsters, these young pitchers move along. Part of what they learn about holding base runners on. Here is Torrey Hunter. And Hunter will take that one for a strike. I continue to have great respect for Torrey Hunter. This play last night, he said, stupidest thing I've ever done in baseball.
Yep.
And he was probably right. And look, he just admitted it. It was a terrible mistake. Potential tying run was at the plate. He was on at second base. That was the second out of the inning. And he just said it was stupid.
Yeah, Mike Scioscia said, you know what? He knows he made a mistake, and it happened.
Yep. All too familiar with brain cramps. So I have great sympathy. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on Hunter.
Yeah, you don't come up and have the kind of career he has and not aware of that you don't do
exactly
those kind of things. He just had a moment.
And that'll be taken inside. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Hunter. Hunter's had a 5 for 9 in this series, so he's had a good series. He's got a 3-game hit streak. 292 lifetime hitter against the Orioles. 2-2 delivery by Jake Arrieta. Swung on and missed. Arrieta gets the strikeout, his first.
Well, you like the pitch because it had late movement. Check out the location, down and in, right where Matt Wieder's glove is. So again, great location, great movement, good velocity. It's a pretty good formula for being successful, and then you like the fact that it was down in the zone, which is what his strength is.
Our Exmo brought to you by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Preferable that we buy and they sell, actually. It works better that way for them, especially. Here's Hideki Matsui back in the lineup. Second game he's played in this series. He's the designated hitter in the ball game tonight. Had an 0 for 4 in the other start. 4 home runs, 8 RBIs in the last 10 games he's played in. Rifles that one foul by Alfredo Griffin, the first base coach. At a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, you speed up the bat. I think right now that if you can command your fastball down and away, and right there was a slider. You saw how quick the bat got. And we caught that a slider speed bat.
8th season here, of course, with great numbers in Japan, where he hit 332 home runs in his career there. Known as the Warrior. And if you're around him at all, you realize that tag fits pretty darn good.
Well, he's very friendly till he gets a bat in his hand.
Yep.
And you're out on the mound. Very soft-spoken.
2-2.
Yeah, maybe chasing a few more pitches. And, of course, last year he was a hitting hero when the Yankees were able to win for, the 27th World Championship. 3 home runs and 8 for 13. Monster numbers.
2-ball, 2-strike count. Jake Arrieta looking for the second out here in the second inning. Matsui will take it up high. And the count goes to 3-2.
Yeah, he averages about 17.5 pitches per inning, which is high. You'd like to bring that number down, and you will. And, as we watch this game today, if you look at Dan Herron and you look at Jake Arrieta, they're similar sizes. Maybe Herron an inch taller. But you'll watch how Herron, because there's the same pitch that he struck Hunter out of. Different type of hitter, though. But you'll watch Herron, he'll gather himself, and Jake's going to learn how to do that. He'll stay over the pitching rubber, and then you'll get the ball downhill. Like that. And that's what they like about him. Arm out in front. Ball has great movement, great location, and Hideki Matsui can't catch up with it.
So 2 away on the strikeouts here in the inning. Arrieta has that unusual stat, even though it's only his 11th start, of having 27 strikeouts now, but 33 walks. In his minor league career, which covered 60 games, he had 141 base on balls and 332 strikeouts. A significantly different ratio. He went 23-18 in those 60 minor league games with a 2.92 ERA.
First time I ever met him 2 years ago for Lauderdale. I said, boy, you have major league stuff. And I said, give me a scouting report. He said, well, they think I'm wild. I think I try to strike too many people out. And I looked at him and I said, well, then it won't be too hard to change their perception, will it? He kind of looked at me, meaning obviously, hey, if you're not wild, throw some strikes.
Exactly.
And that's what the Orioles want him to do.
2-1 delivery on the way, and he gets the chopper to second base. Brian Roberts. Over to Scott. 6 in a row, retired by Jake Arrieta. PA Wieters and Patterson due up for the O's. Luna. Orioles offense, extra base hits, 40 straight games now with 80 doubles, 6 triples, and 41 home runs. Call today for the Luna double and get your second room of flooring free. Call 877-241-LUNA. Little breeze picking up, blowing right to left at the moment. It'll be all over the place tonight with the thunderstorms go around. Felix PA, we're covering the bases with him tonight. We'll hear from Felix during the broadcast against Aaron. He takes the pitch. Felix is signed at the age of 16 to a contract. Last night, 3 for 4, triple, 3 RBIs. He's now got a 4-game hit streak. In the month of August so far for Felix PA has been just great. That's his mom, and that's little Felix PA growing up in a rural area near San Pedro de Macorís, where all the great shortstops have come from. He was in a little small town, and tough struggle for the family when he was young. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be a chopper that's failed. Mathis gets him. One away here in the second inning. Tomorrow, this is tomorrow now. Don't miss Fireworks Night presented by AAA Mid-Atlantic. After the White Sox game tomorrow, great fireworks display for your enjoyment. For tickets, call the Orioles, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com. You get to see the ball game with the division-leading White Sox, listen to Ozzie Guillen, chat with the entire world, and then watch fireworks. Hardly beat that.
Yeah, you won't be bored either.
Here's Matt Wieters. Love Ozzie.
Well, you know, instead of the 7-second delay, it's got to be about a minute.
It has to be.
At least.
Just
but yeah, you really, you know,
great guy.
Terrific shortstop, played here for a short time and done a great job. They are one of the hottest teams in baseball.
Yep.
Maybe not as hot on the
probably
road.
actually here. So he's probably running into the booth now to fight me. It's a 6-4 win today for the White Sox over Detroit. They had a day game. So they may very well be in town now. That is swung out and missed. Matt Wieters. Wieters has a 3 for 6 in the first 2 games of this series. White Sox today won it in 11 innings. They got 2 in the 9th, and Detroit got 3 in the bottom of the 9th. A heartbreaking loss for the Tigers. Jenks had a blown save, his 3rd in that one. But Santos came on to get the win. Valverde took the loss. And the Tigers right now are a miracle to get to the postseason. That is in the air to left field. Abreu almost in place. He'll put it away. And there are 2 down here in the second inning. Chicago's ahead of the Twins by a game and a half coming into the day, and with the Detroit loss, Tigers are now 9 games out. No score in this one. Corey Patterson getting in. He's the designated hitter, batting in the 8th spot. Primarily getting the call because he's 4 for 11 with a home run lifetime off Dan Herron.
That'll get you in there, and he can steal if he gets on base. One thing about, you try to figure out ways to beat him, and you can run on him a little bit. 16 out of 18, not as much as Santana. It was 23 out of 27 last night. But again, one of the things, just watch him get his balance right here. That's what you can do from the windup. And he's got an array of pitches. Curveball there. You've seen the slider. He needed to get out of a jam with second and third in the first inning. Threw a good slider. In fact, a couple of quality pitches to Adam Jones. They add and subtract. Never know what's coming.
And the 0-2 delivery on the way to Patterson. And that'll be taken in the air to Abreu in left field as well. And he's got it. So a 1-2-3 inning for Darren Herron. We've completed 2 here at Camden Yards. No score.
Call me when you see something wrong with me in the game. Call me, tell you have to fix that, you have to fix. But I think sometimes the season come to Baltimore to see me, and this guy helped me a lot.
Covering the bases, Felix Pie talking about the scout that signed him, Jose Serra, when he was 16 years old, and Serra invited Pie to come live with him in San Pedro de Macorís, where the baseball was being played primarily to play against the best competition in the Dominican. So obviously a second family, if you will, for PA, with the scout signing him at 16. All right, covering the bases tonight. Traded to the Orioles in 09, Garrett Olson deal. 252 career, hit for the cycle in 09, and right now is one of the hottest hitters in baseball. Sliders taken outside by Kendrick. Kendrick's got a 7-game hit streak coming into the ball game tonight. Jake Arrieta's retired the first 6 that he's faced. 7-game streak is a high for Kendrick.
Yeah, and the 2-run home run off of Guthrie on a real good pitch. Right there, again, you have to stay down. He's a great high ball hitter, so he hits the ball up and in, which was Jerry, executed the pitch perfectly. Streamed it into the left field seats. Then last night, took a high changeup, hit it off the wall down the right field line. So he's a good high ball hitter. And if you were with us last night, 360 minor league hitter. So he proved he could do it down the minors.
And Kendrick, a ground ball as he got jammed on that one. Brian Roberts the move. And one away in the third inning. Send your kids back to school in style on Saturday. The first 10,000 youngsters, 14 and under, are going to get a Matt Wieters Chest Protector style backpack. For tickets, call the Orioles, 888-848-BIRD, or you can go to Orioles.com. All the parents jump for joy when they hear that term, back to school. Except those who have kids going on to college for the first year. And their checkbook doesn't look
bank loan
big enough. Outside, Jeff Mathis 0 for 3 in the series, doing the catching. Just 229, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. That'll be in the air to right field. Nick Markakis. And he's got it. Buck Showalter, his style settling in. And for all of the players, it's about know where you are and what's going to keep you here.
You know, it's not an open-ended ticket. You know, because you've done certain things in the minor leagues and at times here. This isn't a league where at times somebody's okay. It's good. It's not one of those leagues. It's not the way it is.
Well, he's 100% right.
Peter Borges up.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I am so happy he is here because we're getting some truth serum every day now down on that dugout. And you know what? For some reason, and this is the amazing thing, is that the guys have already bought in. And why wouldn't they have bought in a long time ago? Because, you know, again, Dave Tremblay was well-intentioned. Juan Samuel, terrific player, the same. But it's presence and more than that, too, in the sense that he understands.
And he's at a point in his career, as we've talked about it, he said, look, it's my terms. I'm at a point where I don't need this job. If it lasts, great. I love it. Glad I'm here. But if I'm going to go out, I'm going out on my rules with what I want done. And they don't like it. They can find someplace else to play.
Well, you know, he loves to talk about the call he had with Earl Weaver for 20 minutes. I mean, you couldn't on the air talk about the language, but he said, I'd tell you what. You know, I mean, Earl had a nice conversation with Earl. He said, the good news, he didn't mention your name one time. And I said, well, that's refreshing. But anyway, you know, and because Andy McPhail, you know, he's done a great job. Chicago, especially Minnesota. Buck's going to make him a better general manager. At least that's my opinion. The player's going to have to do it, though.
Yep, 3-2. Arrieta's got it. So Arrieta goes through the lineup and has retired all 9 that he has faced. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. Orioles trying to sweep the series. Ball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Bring your Green Turtle receipt to the Orioles box office for a buy one, get one free ticket offer for any non-prime game. As we go to the bottom half of the third inning. What is that?
It's an Oriole bird.
Is that an Oriole bird?
It's slanted backwards, but a little woozy.
Wait a minute here. That's dangerous.
I think
you're walking along the woods line. Somebody with a 2020.
Yeah, you got to wear that hat. You got to have your camouflage outfit on.
That's right. You don't want to be wearing that while you're hunting.
That's right. Sorry, I winged you. I was aiming for the bird.
Is Torres with a 5-game hit streak. His brother. They're hitting the ball to one another here tonight. And one away in the third inning. Time for our AT&T Mobility Trivia question. It is, the most consecutive games with a home run is 8. Who was the last to do that? Mattingly, Griffey, Bonds, or A-Rod?
Oh, Mattingly.
Don Mattingly is the answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I don't know. That's the one I'm going with.
The affirmative now.
I'm going that with
Go
that.
down swinging.
Mattingly.
The answer is Ken Griffey Jr.
Or
Griffey.
Well, one of those two.
You gotta sell it. You know what I mean?
Well, but Mattingly did hit 8 home runs, and I think he might have been playing for Buck Showalter when he did it.
But he wasn't the last one.
So I was partial.
That's very good, though. You have a way of concocting any answer you give into a partially right answer. I appreciate that.
I'm going to take that.
That's strong.
As a semi.
It's a
compliment.
Like you. It's a semi compliment.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Here's the 1-1 to Roberts to the hole. Ibar. Brian not running very fast, and obviously still some residue from last night. That shin contusion obviously has got to be a bruise there that hurts. But he's playing through it.
Yeah, he missed enough time.
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
going to be out there.
2 down.
And he was out early, hitting, doing all the things you have to do. Well, he does make this a better club, and anybody that's ever seen him play knows that.
Here's Nick Markakis, and he'll take the strike. 2 down and nobody on.
Yeah, the one thing you're going to get from Danny Herron, every year he's been a starter, and that goes back to 2005 when he went as a bullpen guy to Oakland. You can guarantee 200 innings.
Danny Herron likes pitching here. He's gone 3-0 lifetime with a 1.67 ERA. Opposition, the Orioles hitting only 143 against him. 17 strikeouts, 6 walks in the 4 starts here in this ballpark.
Well, this would be a guy that if you just looked at the radar gun, you'd go, can't pitch now. Everybody talking about everybody's throwing in the mid-90s. He adds and subtracts. He's got great late life. And part of it is that because he's a big guy, he sets himself right there and gets his arm out in front.
That one in right center field. Borges going back and the warning track, and he's got it. He does cover some ground. He ended up just kind of wandering underneath that one. 1-2-3 inning for Herron. It remains after 3 scoreless.
Now every day I'm thanking you, God. I'm here because I can help my family, you know. My kid got to be better life I got when me little. So every day I thank you, God, every night. So I'm tell you what, God give me more energy, you know, to do what I do.
And there he is with the family. Alfredo, one of his best friends in that picture on the right. And coming out of La Romana, that small village, as we said, they were impoverished. And as so many of the ball players from the Dominican in their history. And there's Felix Angel, the baby. Making it to baseball is what it's all about. It's the way out. Fouled off, and it means not just support for the player, but support for an extended family in many cases.
No, it certainly does. And of course, you know, what did Miguel Tejada used to shine shoes, deliver pants. Juan Samuel worked in a pant family, pant factory, and you know, when he grew up in the Dominican. So it is your way off the island.
Swung on a miss, fooled him on that one as Ibar goes down. That's strikeout number 3 for Arrieta.
Well, yeah, he was able to establish some slow stuff early, change-ups, and then right here just got him to zip a fastball by him. So really pitching in control tonight, able to keep the pitches at a minimum, 41 pitches now, and he's gotten, what, 10 outs?
And here's his Torres, who grounded out his first time up. He shows bunt, drops one, jumped on, leaders, got to hurry, did. 2 down. New date for members of the Junior Orioles Dugout Club presented by Chick-fil-A has been announced. You can use your extra ticket voucher Sunday to redeem a free ticket. You also get to run the bases here at Oriole Park after the game. Family and friends get tickets for only $6. To find out more about the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com, or your nearest Baltimore area Chick-fil-A. Taking his time getting in, Bobby Abreu after 2 very quick outs here in the 4th inning. Abreu, he grounded out on a comebacker his first time up. And he takes that one for a strike.
I probably wish, and we told you about 2 years ago, 183 first pitches, took 630 of them. He would have liked to have that one because that's a ball he might have been able to drive, pull. There's a changeup, a little bit hard, but it gets the strike. Actually, it's a fastball, I guess.
Arrieta don't retired 53% of leadoff batters in his first 10 starts. He's retired all 4 and everybody else so far in this one.
Well, he's very much like Guthrie and very much like, again, Brian Manners. They're bright kids. And so you got to make some adjustments. So tonight he's done it, yeah.
He gets Abreu on 2 comebackers and 2 advances, retired everybody he's faced. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, still zip.
Camden Yards is the Orioles Alumni Autograph Series. Former Orioles players and coaches will be at the Masson booth on Utah Street near Gate A signing autographs and meeting fans. Tonight's Orioles alumni were Dan Ford, Bill Swaggerty, and Jim Gentile. So come out to Oriole Park this season on Mondays and Thursdays and relive some of your favorite Orioles memories. For more details, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD. Gary?
Ever, what a great treat for the fans, always. With Jim Gentile on hand, he's going to throw out the first pitch tomorrow. Swung on a foul back. We have a guest in the booth tonight, and we wanted to give him a chance for you to see him. This is real now. Is that beautiful or what? I have no idea what kind of bug that is. Obviously an Oriole fan by the colors. But just sitting on the window here, that's absolutely gorgeous. Unbelievable colors. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And a strike taken, Ty Wigginton. You laughing?
Oh, I'm just laughing.
Look, he's sitting right there. I mean, just like he bought a seat there on the window. And
art director, broadcaster.
I had nothing to do with it.
Man of many colors, so to speak.
Well, that's true. But I had nothing to do with that.
Blue tonight.
See, if some human being had painted something like that, he'd be in MoMA.
Jasper Johns.
Or here in the Baltimore Art Museum.
Once had a Rauschenberg. It was two. It was a shopping bag. One was normal, and then the other one was no grocery store. It was just a shopping bag. The other one was charcoal inverted. And my daughter Kelly said, "Well, I could have done that." I said, "Yeah, but could you have thought of it?"
Exactly.
Hey, so that's
Could you have thought of that?
Yeah.
That one is ripped to left field. Abreu going back, and we'll have to play that off the wall. Takes a very high hop. And Wigginton will go into second base. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single.
Yeah, Bobby Abreu, again, trying to tighten up the defense. Borges goes to center. Abreu, who played right, now playing left. That's a tough play because the ball's hit so hard. I think maybe if you got a really good read on it, might have been able to get it, but you're playing out in left center, and that ball's hooking to the foul line. So, Wiggy. I mean, this is kind of what you're looking for. How do you get the Dan Herron? You're not going to get a lot of opportunities because he's not going to walk you. And he doesn't give up a whole lot of runs. That's just what he's about.
And a leadoff double. Now Luke Scott. Scott delivered a double his first time up. Orioles with 3 hits in the ball game. Luke, of course, has homered in 3 consecutive games. A season high for the Orioles. Last person to do it, PA. That was last fall. And the last person to have 4 homers in 4 consecutive is Luke Scott. Career with the Orioles, you saw big numbers here in this ballpark. He loves to hit here. I asked him before the game. I said, all right, why this ballpark? Comfortable, he said. I love the batter's eye. I see the ball well. And I love the batter's box. He said it's funny, but there's a feel. It can be too hard or too soft. Too soft, your feet slip. Too hard, you can't dig in. It's got to be just so it feels comfortable. And he said, here at Camden Yards, I feel comfortable.
And hitter-friendly dimension. So you don't have to think you have to, crush it. We saw that last night. Good eye right there on a slider. Last night the home run went, about 375 to left center field. Hit one 422, 442 to right field. So he's got tremendous power. But you walk up to the box, and you don't really have to get all of it. Get a home run here. Now, the infield, at least the grass part's somewhat slow. But again, it's a great hitting ballpark.
Luke Scott with a runner on and a 3-0 count. Herron may choose to go around him. You've got Jones waiting on deck. He had a green light. Buck Showalter has given the green light to the Oriole hitters on 3-0 counts on a couple of occasions in the first 2 games.
Well, we've already seen that, your manager will set the tempo for your team. We saw him when he left Gonzalez in and brought Simone in to get the 1 out on 2 nights ago. Last night when the bullpen was really struggling, nobody else was up in the bullpen. So here, hey, 3-0. You're a good fastball hitter. Let it go. And he had a good swing, 3-0.
And you're hot.
Yep.
3-1 delivery on the way, and that one is far enough, but it's going to be foul. Ooh-ah. You see the Orioles hitting since the All-Star break. Buck Showalter coming over. Before, 3-14. The runs per game way up. Team average way up. On base percentage, everything way up. Now, how much of that is an adrenaline rush with a new manager, which usually happens, and how much of that will stay? That's what we're going to find out. What Buck's going to find out as each game goes on. In a couple of months to make his measurements.
Now you bring up the point, maybe he'd be willing to pitch around him, and this is where you'll get into the splitter count. Try to get him out.
3-2 got him on the inside corner.
Oh, what a pitch. Well, this is why he's a front of the rotation type of guy. Watch the movement and location. And well presented by Jeff Mathis behind the plate. He gives him the glove, he hits the spot. And Luke knows it.
So now runner at second base and one away, and here's Jones. Adam grounded out, a comebacker to the pitcher, his first time up. Dan Herron with a fastball inside. They want to check, see if he went around, and Bruce Streichman says no. Wigginton with a leadoff double. Remains on at second base. And as we showed you earlier, with the runners on, Herron gets even tougher with that 200 batting average against him. Here's the 1-0 delivered. There's a throw from his knees. Whoa! Mathis on his knees gunned that one right on the money to his Taurus.
Well, that's how Brian Robert got injured last night. And right here, boom. And this is why he catches. Snap tag right there by Mr. Taurus. Might have been out.
That's a cannon.
Is it ever?
And as Taurus keeps Wigginton close here with only one away, they don't want him to get that good secondary lead. Jones will ground that one towards the hole, cut down Ibar, and he's got no play. It'll be an infield single.
And he's smart enough to know that.
Now first and third with only one away. Our fan of the game presented by the Green Turtle, your family fun place where kids eat free this summer. Find your location at greenturtle.com. And our young fan of the game, he's got that drink lined up so he doesn't have to touch it. Keep the glove on. Always ready, prepared.
Double hats.
You can just lean over, double hats. Yep, he's ready to go. I like the drink in the holder with the straw, though. You just lean over, take a sip, still have the glove on. Hands free. First and second for the Orioles. PA grounded out his first time up.
Well, 1960. Not Dodger Stadium, but the old Shepherds Ravine. Charlie Neal at the plate. Coke, box of popcorn, foul ball in the lap. Made the guy behind me happy. Didn't want to spill the drink or the popcorn.
You got to have priorities.
Yes, well, you do. I should have juggled one of them.
Here's the 0-1 and the strike taken.
I mean, think about it. The odds of going to a ball game and having a ball actually just about land in your lap. Not.
I had to take a peek. There's a young man last night.
Oh,
he never had a chance.
Yeah.
He was about 9-10 years old, sitting in the back of the front row section, pop up over the screen. He caught it. He had a glove, and he was just sitting there, and the ball came right into the glove. He's not there tonight.
Well, here,
his mom and dad were sitting there. The fans all gave him a standing ovation. This kid, and he was holding the ball up. It was great.
Yeah, because at Camden Yards, in a lot of new parks, you have the screen right behind home plate. But then, like in the old ballparks, there used to be the screen that would come down from the mezzanine.
Yeah.
And so if you sat behind her, balls can come off the back walls and straight back, and you'll be pretty alert. That's why you bring your glove.
And a nice play. Now that's going out to block that one.
Yeah, but he doesn't block that. Wigginton's going to get the third, and then if you're Mike Socia, most likely you're going to bring your infielder. So, again, in a 0-0 game, pretty significant play.
Aaron gives up a lot of home runs and extra base hits to go along with all the strikeouts. He would be second in the American League, 7 behind Jeff Weaver for the strikeout lead if they'd come all in the American League. He's got 156 total strikeouts. Felix PA trying to continue his hot streak and give the Orioles the lead here. PA's got the second highest batting average in the month of August in the American League.
Well,
That's how hot he's been.
We saw that in spring training. We saw it the last 2 months where he hit over 300 last year. Then the trapezius injury.
Second base, that's one. Ty Wigginton got too far off the bag. It is a double play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left, 0-0. 24 years old. He made his major league debut against the Yankees on June 10. This is his 11th major league start, obviously all coming this year, and his first outing against the Angels. He has walked none and struck out 3. And you see the zeros.
Yep. Do you ever? And you see zeros on the board. So again, get the first guy out. Of course, it'll be Torrey Hunter, who's had a nice series. A couple of doubles, 5 for 10 now.
Torrey Hunter hitting at 291 and a shattered bat. Look out. Played by his Torres. Barrel ended up literally right by Ty Wigginton at third base. Hunter, 1 pitch and an out.
Yeah, he's going to throw him a really good curveball, and the ball's going to go away from the sweet spot, and there goes the bat. Boy, if you don't center him, they're going to implode. Splinters everywhere.
This Torres staying with it to make the out. Number 2 fielding shortstop percentage-wise in the American League. Here's Hideki Matsui, a strikeout victim his first time up. No walks, 3 strikeouts for Arrieta. No walks, 1 strikeout for Heron. To short. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Yeah, and that's what you want. You just want to throw strikes and pitch to contact, and he's doing a great job. 47 pitches now.
Nick Markakis and his wife Christina, they will have the Right Side Foundation second annual 5K run and 1 mile walk. It'll be at Patterson Park. Proceeds from the race benefit distressed children throughout Maryland. It'll start 6 o'clock Sunday following the O's game against the White Sox. Sign up at rightsidefoundation.org or 410-308-1870. That is this Sunday, Patterson Park here in Baltimore, 6 p.m.
Well, you make such a great point. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and that's why you do pitch to contact, and you learn something from that at bat. Matsui had a good at bat, and he hit it right at your shortstop, and so what? If he had hit a single to left field, it's an information pitch. You learn, you know what, he can cover the outside corner, and when you're pitching well and you have experience, you see how he reacts to your stuff. Not only Matsui, but all hitters.
Fastball up. He's taking pitches here, and a 2-ball, 1 strike count. He grounded out his first time up. This Angels team finds themselves 9 behind the Rangers. They know the likelihood of going to the postseason is all but gone. That one in the air to right field. At Markakis backing over, diving, and it's off his glove. It'll go into the corner. Cayaspo will go to second base. And he is on with a double, and there's the first base runner against Arrieta.
Yeah, one of the first hitters counts, and Cayaspo, they got him because he's a good switch hitter, and great effort by Nick Markakis. I mean, just off the heel of the glove down into the corner for the first base hit, and it'll be an extra base hit.
The Cayaspo on with a 2-bagger. No score in the ball game. 2 down. Kendrick grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, second best RBI numbers with runners in scoring position on the Angels.
A completely different hitter when there are runners on and when the bases are empty. And Kendrick's got one on here, 295 with runners in scoring position. He has been Mike Scioscia's leader in that role, and he, like Jones, the most at bats for the Angels with a runner in scoring position, 105.
And he is so tough to defense. 32 hits to left, 47 up the middle, 36 to right. That tells you he uses the whole field.
1 ball, 1 strike count to Kendrick. Cayaspo good speed on at second base, and that will miss outside. Talking about how tough the season has been for the Angels after having 3 consecutive division titles. This is the latest into the season they've been below 500 since 2003. They are 54-55 with the Orioles' victory last night. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Kendrick. Swings a 1 and doesn't connect. 2-2.
Well, that's one thing you can't teach, and that's why, again, 5th round for Jake Arrieta, and Joe Jordan, the scouting director for the Orioles, said we had him as the 15th player that year. So we were lucky to get him because he's got a power arm.
Good Showalter and Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach. 2 ball, 2 strike count on Kendrick. And one in the air, Markakis again. This time it's there, and he's got it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 5th coming, scoreless.
Best friend in the clubhouse is Luke Scott, and even though they're constantly taunting each other, Luke tells me that their friendship blossomed from a very serious moment. Back in 2009, when Felix had just come to the Orioles, he wasn't playing very much. He was down about it, and Luke said, I aired him out at batting practice once. I was very serious with him. I told him, you have all the talent in the world, but you think that it comes easy in the big leagues. He said, look where you are right now. You were the Chicago Cubs golden boy, and you're here for a reason. Now, the Orioles might be your last chance. So you need to learn how to put the work in. And he said, to Felix's credit, Felix started following him into the film room, started listening to Luke about translating what Terry Crowley was saying to him about hitting. And we saw Felix really come along at the end of last year, and he continues to develop and take this game a little more seriously. Gary?
Boy, does he ever, Amber. It has paid off, as we said. Just a great month of August. Talk about some beautiful pictures tonight. How about that? The sunset here in Baltimore, a lot of the storm clouds having gone by. That'll be grounded down to first base and foul. Matt Wieters flied out his first time up. Wieters, Patterson, and his Turris. Orioles trying to make it 3 in a row, and 3 in a row against the Angels, and put a sweep on against them in their first season series this year. 0-1 count. Matt hitting at 250. And the fastball by Herron is in there for a strike. Herron's on the longest run of his career without a win. He's got 6 losses and 3 no decisions in his last 9 starts. He is 0-2 since being acquired by the Angels. That'll be fouled back. The irony one is his last outing was a complete game. A 2-1 loss to Rich Harden in Anaheim against Texas.
Yeah, otherwise they sweep the Rangers.
Yep. So the 2 outings he's had have been good ones, but doesn't have a win yet, and this is his 3rd start with the Angels.
Yeah, Youkilis in the first one that was against the Red Sox, gave up 2 runs, but a lot of hits early, but Youkilis hit him in the forearm. Had to leave that game and then came back. Mike Socha said, I thought something might have been broken, but it was just a contusion, and he didn't miss a start.
Wieters waiting on it, swung on, and just got enough to keep the at-bat alive.
Well, that's one thing he's done a lot better. And again, he's made some adjustments. Anytime you come to the big leagues, I don't care what these scouting reports, what the accolades are. If you're a hitter, you have to make adjustments. Same thing for a pitcher. Matt Wieters, his stance is a lot wider. He's dropped his hands. You go all the way back to June 20th, he's hitting over 330. So again, just a little adjustments, and it just seems like he's able, what we just saw, foul off good breaking balls.
Wieters working the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matt 3 for 6. He is so far in August. 2-2 delivery to him in the air to center. Borges going back. And there's one away. Tonight's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the game, Valerie Allen from Leonardtown. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign located in the bullpen area, Valerie Allen will win $100,000. To find out how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. Good luck, Valerie. Corey Patterson coming up. He flied out his first time up. And that will be fouled the other way. pitching duel as expected so far. The first half of this ball game has been just that. 0-4-0 for the Orioles. They've left 3. The Angels 0-1-0. They have left 1. That one is going to be a punch shot. You want to learn to swing a wedge, watch this one.
Well, yeah, that's in the danger zone as far as just letting a left-handed hitter drop the bat. It looks like it's a splitter. It just drops to the bat head. Right there, look, boom. One thing about Corey Patterson, he is a good low ball hitter. He is a lot stronger than he looks. You know, he's a speedster, so I would imagine at some point that you might see him run with 18 steals, only been caught 3 times.
And one away as Torres grounded out his first time up. Patterson jumping around over there. So,
and of course Herron does exactly what you're supposed to do. Number one, you hold the ball, you make him stop, and then if you're not comfortable, you step off,
which he did,
or you slide step. It messes up timing, not only the hitter but the base runner. There it is, quick pitch to home plate in a sense.
Espo was in at third, and as Torres did show bunt.
Well, if you're Buck Showalter, you know, you're thinking right now, okay, wait a minute, we've been getting real good starting pitching. Bullpen good 2 nights ago. Last night pretty shaky. Don't often play for 1 run. You wouldn't parlay into wins because the pitching wasn't good then. That's changed over the last 3 games.
Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. Did not show bunt there. Taken inside. For his Torres, a couple of hits shy of one of those landmark numbers, the 1,000 hits in a career. 2 more and he's got it. 786 hits in the National League, 212 in the American. And he's got a 289 streak going over the last 36 games. Throw over to get Patterson back to the bag. And a balk has been called on Herron by the home plate umpire Wendelstedt, and Herron is not happy.
Yeah, you can't do a spin move, so he's pointing at that left knee. Runners look at the left knee to see what it does if you're a right-handed pitcher. So take a look right here. Check out the left knee. See, that's a jump move. A spin move. They used to get away with it. It has to be pretty much a definitive step over there. You just can't spin on that front leg, and that's what Hunter Wendell said. At least that's his interpretation of it.
So now is Torres in a position of needing to move him up and or get him in. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 away. And as Torres will take the pitch away. 2-1. Pitching against the D that time as Ibar, the shortstop, is over to hold the runner close. Herron pitched away. And Torres would love to be able to shoot one between short and third. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Comes in with 1, and that'll even it up at 2-2. As Torres gets the RBI opportunity here, we're in a scoreless ball game in the bottom half of the 5th inning. One that looks like the runs are going to be hard to come by. As Torres 227 with runners in scoring position. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and another one outside, and the count goes to 3-2, and you've got Brian Roberts on deck.
Yeah, you know he'd rather pitch to Historis than Roberts, but then again, when you look at the scoreboard and it's, hey, am I going to make a good pitch? I'm not going to give in. Of course, it's Herron's style. I mean, he throws any pitch anytime.
3-2 delivery, and jammed him, and will get the foul ball.
Now, you don't find too many power pitchers in the sense they can hit that inside corner. And again, he's a lot like Greg Maddux. Again, in the sense where he'll run the ball right at you, and then that late movement of left to right, the 2-seam fastball runs back and catches the inside corner.
Herron, 74 pitches thrown. Is Torres 3-2. Off second base, Patterson. That one in the air. Look how shallow Gorgeous was. Holy moly. As Walter Matthau might have said. He got him. And there are 2 down. Let's take a look at this state in baseball history. A player who didn't last long was playing for the Orioles. First baseman Bert Hart, 1901 in the state. He punched the umpire and was banned for life. In 1921, the first radio broadcast of an MLB game, KDKA in Pittsburgh, Pirates 8-5 over the Phillies. Harold Arlen became the first play-by-play announcer. And in 2009, Mike Mussina won his 246th game, the winningest pitcher without a 20-win season. Now, he would go on the next year and have a 20-win season.
He ends up with 270. Pitching in the steroid era. Makes those 270s, in my opinion, even better than 270.
Interesting. 1-0 count. That makes sense.
A lot of gold gloves. Because everybody, the big question, is he a Hall of Famer? In my book, he is. He was that good.
Brian Roberts, runner at second, 2 down now. And that will be taken for a ball. Brian is fly down and grounded out. Orioles have stranded only 3, 2 in scoring position in the first inning. They got runners to second and third with 2 down. And now Mathis going out to have a word with Herron. Having a gorgeous sunset. We've shown you some of the shots. There's just enough sun apparently going down that's come through the clouds to light up the clouds that are on high. And it's just beautiful here at the ballpark.
Well, I think we're going to get a little cool weather coming in.
Supposed to.
Over the weekend, yeah. Along with the White Sox that are probably, as you mentioned, here already.
Fine dining, I'm sure. 2-0 count. And a chopper that will be fouled off by Roberts. 2-1 strike count. O'Brien trying to get a run in here against Herron. Aaron's record 4-2 lifetime against the Orioles.
But how about that earned run average at Camden Yards? 167 coming into the game. 3-0. Never lost here.
Against the Orioles, last time he pitched was 07 when he went 3-0. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that will be fouled back. So Herron comes back and gets the count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, the great thing, and probably 2 weeks from now, that might be a ball that Brian Roberts, because he's had more at bats, would have hit maybe up the gap because there was something up in the zone. But he has done all the things, even though he did get hit in the shin last night, that would indicate that the back feels a lot better. The diving, on ground balls, stealing bases like he did last night, scurrying back into second.
2-2 delivery hit hard, but a 1-hopper right at his turret. And Roberts is retired. No runs on a 1-hit, a balk, and a runner left on at second base. No score. Ball on Masson is brought to you by AT&T, Rethink Possible, and by Honda. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your Honda dealer. Gary Thorne, Jim Power, I'm with Theo Harris. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Great to have you on board, and a good one. All about the pitching here tonight. Orioles starters have gone 3 games without a walk. Arrieta's continued that tonight. No walks and 3 strikeouts. In fact, there's only been 1 walk in the last 3 ball games. Came last night Nothing here.
Yeah, nope. Only the Callaspo 2-1 fastball that he golfed down the line. And you saw it right there. Not just about everything to this point is working. That's about as good a curveball as you can throw right there for strike one.
Mathis down to third. Wigginton was playing in a bit.
And then a bad one, but he gets away with it. Because Wiggy's right there.
Today, a roster move. David Hernandez in the ballgame last night, going on the DL. And Armando Gambino has come up from AAA. And there he is. He's available in the bullpen. Gambino had picked up a couple of saves, 2.12 ERA, 7-0 with 2 saves for the Tides. He appeared in 27 games, 7 as a starter.
And he comes out of the Twins organization, and if you look at his minor league numbers, you know he throws a lot of strikes, which you like.
Peter Borges, the 1-0 delivery to him. Arrieta will miss outside with it. Borges grounded out, his only time up.
Well, this is one of the guys you don't want to walk. 28 out of 32 in stolen bases for Salt Lake City. And then, as you mentioned last night, 50 steals coming up through the minors in 1 year.
And that one is inside, and Wieters wants to go out and slow it down now. That's a 3-0 count with one away on Borges and Ibar waiting on deck. Something Matt has done a lot more of that both Dave Tremblay, Juan Samuel, and now Buck Showalter are urging him to do. Be involved, controlling the game, go out, talk to the pitchers when you think they need to just break some streak and get back into another groove. And he is doing that. 3-ball, 1-strike count. Matt said the other day, talking with him yesterday, he said, I really think the rest I've gotten, getting a few games off, has really helped. I feel more rested, feel better about going out and playing. He'll get a few days off as the season goes along. So there is the walk to the speedster. Borges is on at first, and the only walk Arrieta surrendered and brings Ibar up with 1 down.
So you got a guy again with close to 30 infield hits, handles the bat well, great speed. I cannot imagine they will not be moving the runners, either through the stolen base or if the count gets in their favor, trying to, a run and hit in a sense, because just trying to get somebody to move.
Ibar will draw Wigginton in at third base. Borges will draw the throw. Ibar leads the club, 33 multi-hit games. Got a couple of hits last night after he'd gone 2 for 22. Still hitting at 275, and he's got a major league leading 29 infield hits. Borges, the 11-year-old. God, he's got that young face. That is taken down low for a ball.
He steals a lot of bases for an 11-year-old.
Yes, he does. He can fly. He's going to be fun watching him develop for Angel fans as a center fielder and learn what kind of a hitter he's going to be. He's been pretty much a spray hitter, not a lot of power. But with that speed, get him on and watch him go. 1-0 count at Ibar. Again, shows bunt. Good off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Ibar squared around a lot in this series, but it's not often.
No. And when he has, he's fouled it off either at the plate or missed it. Well, there's something to be said about having guys that can get on base like Borges that also can take runs away. Because at the end of the day, you want to run and score a lot of runs, but you also want to prevent them. So what's that, Theo Epstein, the Shrine of Run Prevention?
It's called, isn't it? Now they have and I'm not up on all these, a replacement value when they value players. Yep. It's how many runs you help your team generate.
And he may be one of the, and that's one of the reasons he's here.
Yeah.
Because, again, the defense in the outfield, it wasn't Torrey Hunter, it was right and left that they needed to shore up. So that's why Hunter's now playing right. And young man over at first is in center field.
1-1 delivery on the way. Ibar chopper. Roberts will short hop it. And the umpire was in the way, and he couldn't make a play, and it'll be a base hit for Ibar.
Well, you really have to hurry, Gary, because you have great speed at first, so you know if I don't get to it, and then you have great speed at home. And he's coming out of the box, so you got to short hop it, because if you lay back, he's going to be safe at first and second. And then once he bobbles it, Jerry Lane is going to kind of be in the way. I don't think he has a play anyway once he doesn't come up with it cleanly.
Now that's just another one of those infield hits that speed gets him, and that's 30 on the year for Ibar. Now 2 on, 1 away, and it's Torres who has grounded out twice. Orioles infield at double play depth, and he's got to keep an eye on at second base here because Borges, if you forget about him, will take off for third. Fouled away. Mesa Torres. See him looking over to third base.
And the problem is you can get a bigger lead at second, and then one of your middle infielders is going to have to dog him, stay close to him so he doesn't get that huge lead. And invariably they sometimes have trouble getting back into fielding position.
Jake Arrieta with the 0-1 delivery. He jumps on him, gets ahead with an 0-2 count. Is Torres. Runners in scoring position is a big number at 359. Now only 39 chances compared to the team leader with 106, but that's pretty darn good.
Well, he's kind of a tricky hitter, and we saw it last night. Matt Albers, he got 0-2, and then ball up and in, just turned on it, doubled into the corner.
0-2 count on him. Runners off first and second. Torres will take it up high, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Torres switch hitter, 250 right, 218 left-handed. Not a power hitter, only 3 home runs on the season. They've all been hit left-handed. 1-2. And is Torres to center. Borges will tag and stay at second as Jones gets it in. 2 down. One of those big outs in a ball game right there for Arrieta. Runners remain at first and second base in the scoreless ball game in the 6th. And Bobby Abreu, twice a comebacker to the mound. But an ever dangerous hitter.
Oh, is he ever? And he's taken strikes the first 2 times up tonight, so you certainly can't expect that again. You just don't know. You just make your pitch and take your chances.
Left-handers off Arrieta this year at 352. Right-handers 196. 2 down, 2 on. And down low for a ball.
Yeah, a little change-up to try to stay away from the fastball, and it's low. Yeah, of course, he wasn't, one of the first things I looked at this morning, I'm going looking at that number and it jumps out at you, but he wasn't pitching like he is tonight. Now, it doesn't mean, obviously, that Abreu is still not a very difficult out because he's a veteran guy that knows how to hit, and he uses the whole field. And that's the difficulty of trying to get him out.
Arrieta with a 1-0 count on him. And the off-speed pitch, a beautiful changeup that's in there. 1-1. He has throttled way back on those pitches tonight, and he's gotten them in the strike zone.
Well, he's getting them over. It's a difficult pitch to throw. He ran the numbers on the year. He was only throwing 50.9% of his curveballs for strikes. I tell you, that's got to be up in the 70 to 80 percentile tonight.
Yep.
That's how good he's been.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery to him, and that'll be down the line in left field. PA is over. And he's got it. Abreu, fly ball out, and 2 are left on base in a scoreless ball game. Yes, brought to you by Ford. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg, price and advice guaranteed. Heck of a ball game underway here. No score, bottom of the sixth. Orioles 5 hits, only 1. That's the double by Callaspo put up in the 5th inning. The only hit off Arrieta, the only other base runner. And the single that came in the 6th inning by Ibar. That is taken for a strike. I take it back. They've called that an error, apparently. Wow. So there is only 1 hit on the board. Ibar, the error charged to Brian Roberts, I guess. Boy, that didn't look like an error.
No, I think if you really want to examine it, it's the only way you can play the ball. And if you understand how fast Ibar is and how fast Borjos is, it's not a routine play. A short hop coming in on the and trying to field it.
That one in the air, deep by Nick Markakis. It is way back, and goodbye! Home run, Nick Markakis. The Orioles lead it.
This ball is just crushed. And then again, Herron throws so many fastballs at different speeds. He doesn't get this where he wants to, and then Nick is waiting and just pummels it into the right center field stands.
And a 1-0 lead. State Farm donating $100 to the Wounded Warrior Project for every home run hit by the Orioles in the second half of the season. And boy, Nick Markakis, he got all of that one. We told you, Dan Herron gives up a lot of home runs. Markakis gets his 8th and his 38th RBI of the season. Ty Wigginton double singled, 2 for 2 in the ball game.
Yeah, well, when he got traded from the Diamondbacks to the Angels, he was second in the National League in home runs thrown. Now, Arizona, it's a big ballpark, but the ball really flies very fast infield. Also tied for the league lead in giving up hits.
26 home runs have been hit off Herron this season. Markakis getting the 3rd off Herron since he joined the Angels. 2nd high in homers, 3rd high in extra base hits allowed, and the 2nd best strikeout to walk ratio for Herron. So he follows up right on schedule, follows the home run up with a strikeout. 1 away. Join Orioles Reach, Masson and Brian Roberts Sunday, August 22, 6 to 9, 5th annual Bryant's Baseball Bash fundraising event, University of Maryland Hospital for Children benefit. It'll be at Dave & Buster's in the Arundel Mills Mall. It will include a silent and live auction of sports memorabilia to benefit the children. $200 for adults, $150 children, 12 and under. You can get information at 410-328-3637. Strike taken by Scott, who has doubled and struck out.
Yeah, Brian was talking about it when I was driving in on Tuesday, and I said bowling alleys, pool tables, so it's a great event. Used to have it downtown at the old ESPN zone, now at Dave & Buster's.
That is taken inside from Herron. And the Orioles get on top here, and a 1-0 lead as they look for the 3-game sweep of the Angels. Scott looking for 4 consecutive games with a home run. And that is taken up high in the off-speed pitch. Mike Scioscia's ball club struggling right now for runs. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Center field. Borges. 2 away in the 6th.
Yeah, gets away with a hanging splitter, and you can see why Luke Scott, even when he makes out, they're pretty impressive at bats. Just got under that one. Mike Butcher looking on, he knows. But again, that's part of being able to pitch when you can change speeds as well as Danny Herron. A lot of times it looks like they have good swings and they can't quite time it. Not that Markakis had any problem. He just got one in the middle of the plate and pulverized it.
Now with 2 down, here's Adam Jones. He has singled and grounded out. And the pitch will miss away for a ball. For Nick Markakis, his 4th home run here at home. So he's got 4 at Camden Yards and 4 on the road. 1-0 delivery to Jones, shows bunt as he had Gallaspo back at third base. Pulls off though in a 2-0 count. Adams' average up to 276. He would love to close out the final 2 months with a big run towards that 300 mark. 2-0 delivery on the way. That'll be down the line in right field. That's a long run into the corner, and that is going to be a fair ball. Played by Hunter into second base with a double, and a 2-for-3 ball game. Adam Jones.
Yep, a single on the ground to left field that Ibar caught, couldn't make a play, and he's done this now, 3 times the last 2 nights. Go the other way. Tremendous strength that way. They usually play you straight away, nobody playing down in the corner, and it's an easy double into scoring position.
Adam is now 7 for 13 in August. He's at second base. Orioles get their 7th hit. And PA will get another RBI chance. He came up in the 4th inning with a couple on and hit into a double play as Ty Wigginton got too far off second base on a line drive that went to second and got doubled off. PA 0 for 2 in this one, a 4-game hit streak. Mathis going out to have a word with Dan Herron.
It's kind of interesting in the sense that, the Cliff Lee seems to go to Texas, pitches well, but they don't get him a lot of runs. Herron goes to the Angels. Figures, well, they're not as good a hitting team as the Rangers, but I want to get a little run support. And maybe he will, but tonight, certainly to this point, there's the August. Of course, if you go back, Carlos Silva now pitching with the Cubs. 3 home runs off the Twins one night, all in 1 game.
That will be taken for a strike. PA, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 down. Jones out there as the Orioles try and get another run in. With that 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position now, that's 12 for 29 in this series. PA reaching right off the end of the bat.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a fastball to hit, and if he does, it's not going to be in the middle of the plate. And that's why Dan Herron has a great understanding of pitching. Good fastball hitter at the plate. You watch the first 2 games. You see what he's hit, what he hasn't. And if you're any good, you try to use that strategy to get hitters out. That's what the great luxury of pitching that 3rd game's about.
PA with a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Jones a good lead off second. And the fastball is going to come inside to him. 2002, PA burst onto the scene, MVP of the Arizona Rookie League. Part of our covering the bases tonight with Felix PA. In 06, Baseball America ranked PA the #1 prospect in the Cubs farm system. The Orioles picked him up in 09. 2-2 delivery on the way. Just missed.
That's that fastball that he's used on a couple of occasions. Wanted that pitch because he wanted to get out of the inning and get his hitters up there. Missed by an inch or 2.
Not a particularly happy pitcher or manager.
Well, that wasn't a strike. It was a great effort. Just missed.
Showalter and Mike Scioscia, they have met a lot as managers. In fact, we mentioned last night for Showalter, only against Mike Hargrove has he managed more at the major league level. Against Mike Scioscia, Scioscia's got the edge on him as a manager. 36 wins and 45 losses for Showalter against Scioscia. And Mike, of course, Scioscia's had some great ball clubs in those games that have been played against the Showalter teams. 3 ball, 2 strike count. PA to center field. Borges coming, won't get it. Jones is coming home. There'll be no play. And PA a big 2-out RBI. 2-0 O's.
Yeah, only a .217 hitter with runners in scoring position, but it gets it done because he works the count where he finally gets another fastball to hit. And it ends up in the middle of the plate, doesn't hit it well. But the difference between Felix PA last year and this year is Jones makes it 2-0. Contact, swings better, shorter.
9 RBIs in this his 31st game. And the Orioles take a 2-0 lead. 8 hits now off Dan Herron, and Felix PA continues hot. That'll give him a 5-game hit streak. And again, another 2-out RBI. Markakis started this inning out with his 8th home run. PA adds the RBI to make it 2-0.
Like that 4th inning last night, all the runs came with 2 outs.
5 big ones.
Yep.
Here's Wieters. He has flied out twice, center and left. And PA drawing the attention of Herron. PA will be a threat to go here in this situation. 2 out of 4 in the year. Wieters will take it. There he goes. Can't find it. Boy, that was a great read by PA. As soon as that ball got away from Mathis, he took off.
Well, you work on it all spring training. Again, can you do it? And there's his secondary lead, and he doesn't even hesitate. And as it turns out here, the ball's going to bounce pretty far, so that's exactly the way it's taught. And he's able to get the good read and get into scoring position.
Second wild pitch of the year by Herron. Puts PA down at second base, and now Matt Wieters swings through that 1-1. Matt has had a good series, 3 hits in 8 at-bats, up to 249 now and 34 RBIs on the year. And obviously, where this game is gone with the runs hard to come by, a big run out there at second base. 1-1 delivery to him down to first. Kendrick will go to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. But the Orioles will get a couple of runs. They do it on 3 hits, leave 1 on. It was started by Nick Markakis, and this home run off Herron. Our Cabot Woodstain's legendary performance. Ben McDonald is second career one-hitter, beating Milwaukee by a score of 4-0 on this date in 1994. Big Ben getting it. Arrieta. He's trying to get one here tonight and go 4-3 on the year. He's walked 1, struck out 3. Has given up 1 hit. The Cayaspo double that came in the 5th inning. Herron, a couple of runs on 3 hits against him in the 6th. And that is on the outside corner. Hunter is struck out and grounded out. Torrey at 290 on the season. 13 lifetime home runs against the Orioles. And a strike again to him as Arrieta gets ahead 0-2.
74 pitches now. 4 1/3 innings last start, 102. Young pitcher tonight. Everything to this point on point. He's been outstanding.
And the breaking ball a little bit outside. Season high 4 hits in the ball game for Hunter. The ball game last night, 2 doubles and 2 singles.
And 3 hits on Saturday night, or actually Sunday, after going 4 for 30.
That's a base hit up the middle. So Hunter is on with a leadoff single here in the 7th inning, hit number 2 with Matsui. Caspo due up against Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, Jake has only pitched into the 7th inning. This will be the 4th time. Again, his second start, that was out in San Francisco, and then back in early July against both away, the Rangers and the Tigers.
Now Hideki Matsui. Matsui with an 0 for 6 in the 2 games in the series. And he will take that for a strike. Nobody out.
Well, the process of pitching the 3rd and 4th time through a lineup, even if you're young or old or whatever, is that it's one batter at a time. So you didn't make a good 2-strike pitch to Hunter. Now all of a sudden he's at first. He's only the first run if he would happen to score. We got a 2-run lead. You work on Matsui at the plate because he is a home run threat, especially against right-handed pitching. And you don't get ahead of yourself.
Hunter, you know he's thinking about last night over there talking to Luke Scott. Not tonight. Not going to do that again. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and Matsui will take that. It will miss up high. A 282 lifetime hitter against the Orioles. All those games he played against them with the Yankees. Matsui with 16 career homers. He has played in 107 games against the Orioles, more than any other Angel.
And again, he surprises you because he'll take one pitch and then hit the same pitch out of the ballpark.
That one's in the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Hunter will take the turn, but he's not going to test the arm of Marquez. Nick gets it in, and 2 on and nobody out in the 7th inning. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Nick Showalter watching. Back up off the bench and in his favorite spot, leaning on that front rail. The infield will play for his sacrifice here by Caspo, who's doubled and grounded out. They've moved in at 1st and 3rd. Nobody out. And he didn't show bunt, and the pitch will be taken inside. He looks down to 3rd here to see what the skipper wants him to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want to sacrifice it. It's nice to get the tying runs into scoring position, but then there's a chance, even though it would be the potential winning run, to walk Kenricks to get to Matthews, even though you can pinch hit if you're Mike Scioscia.
1-0 delivery is swung on and missed. Caspo has grounded into 15 ground ball double plays. He leads the Angels in that department. He does not have a sacrifice bunt this year. Not a good combination for Scioscia.
And of course, he was traded over for the Angels from Kansas City, so he probably doesn't know him as well as he does some of his other players.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Runners off 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Fastball, ground ball to second base. Roberts is Turris. Double play.
Wow. Oh, bad pitch to Hunter. Bad pitch to Matsui. Didn't locate it right here. Ball hit very sharply. Watch Brian Roberts. Tough play. Short hop over to Sturz. Pretty routine once Brian's able to catch it. Boy, not a routine grounder because of the hits so sharply and bounces to about 2 feet in front of him, but stays with it.
Interesting play there by Matsui. He didn't get close enough to slide, so he really went out of the baseline tried to stand up in front of the throw by his Turris, and his Turris said, "Oh, yeah, watch this. You better duck."
Boy, and he did.
And he did, and that's a perfect play. So now runner at third base with there are 2 down. And here's Kendrick, who is grounded out and flied out.
Well, you were right about Callaspo, about hitting the double plays.
16 of them now in the year. 0-1 count on Kendrick. And that will miss outside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Kendrick at 270 on the year and 3 for 11 in the series. A season high 7-game hit streak. Trying to get the run in. Torrey Hunter from third. Outside corner.
Yeah, awfully good pitch right there. It's the way he started Hunter off and then left one in the middle of the plate.
Arrieta with a 1-2, Hunter off third. He'll miss outside with that one.
Yeah, not even close. Not too many sliders tonight. The breaking pitch of choice tonight has been the curveball.
Two delivered. May have room. Markakis, and he's got it. And another good effort by Arrieta. 7th inning stretch time brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly.
Arrieta trying to win for the 4th time. Even hit his head record to 4-3. Awfully good. 5th inning, first base hit. Great effort by Markakis. Callaspo with a double. Nick Markakis 1-0 with his 8th home run. A bomb to right center field. And after an Adam Jones double, PA gets him in to make it 2-0. Pitchers duel. To this point, Arrieta just a little bit better.
And we'll go to the bottom half of the 7th inning with Patterson, Turris, and Roberts due up against Herron. No walks and only 1 strikeout in the ball game for Dan Herron tonight. That's perhaps the most unusual number because, as we told you, he is a strikeout pitcher. Two Ks for him tonight. And Jepson's up in the bullpen. Some of the Angels are wondering what happened to Jepson. He's been one of their best relievers. We've never seen him.
Yeah, he's had a shoulder problem. So, again, a little soft toss a couple days ago. Yeah, hard throwing right-hander. Bolger also out on the disabled list.
And a base hit. Patterson 2 for 3 gets a leadoff single. And as we told you, he was put in because he was 4 for 11 off Herron, so he's 2 for 3 in this one.
Yeah, I think if you're Buck Showalter, you look at those numbers, you look at the fact if he does get on, he can steal bases. And, you know, he's not playing in the outfield, your DH. So again, and also the injury to Bell, and you know the fact that you get another player, and most good managers, they try to get their guys some at bats. And tonight it was Corey's turn. He's had a nice evening so far.
Callaspo way in at third base. Turris 0 for 2. Herron will step off. By the way, Josh Bell, he was out doing everything pregame, and I asked him about the leg, and he said, just a cramp. He said, I'm fine. Ready to go. So Herron Working to his Turris here with nobody out. Does square. It'll be taken outside for a ball. There is Bell, Orioles third baseman. Just getting a break here in this one. His Turris, 5 sacrifices on the season. Corey Patterson leaning around to look over at Gary Allenson at third. And again, the step off.
Yeah, one of those was last night, and it resulted in Brian Roberts was on deck getting an RBI. So a lot of options here. You can butt him over. You have speed at first, 18 steals. I don't think you want to miss any signs with Buck Showalter as your manager.
That's in there. If you do, you probably want someone else to bring your glove out and when you go to your position in the field, right?
Or somebody dress in your locker after the game, whatever.
Yeah. By the way, if you watched last night, we talked about the picture in his office that had the bases loaded by opponents. It's gone, just as he promised. And the board's gone up where all of the players in the organization will be listed. Throw over to first by Herron, just a lob toss. A little cat and mouse game going on here. 1 ball, 1 strike count on his Turris. A 2-0 lead for the Orioles on the Markakis home run and the RBI single by PA. And trying to add here in the bottom of the 7th. Pass, but way in at third still. Herron a long hold. Timeout asked for and accorded is Turris. It's the only part of the game that Mike Scioscia tries to control. I was talking with him the other night about it. So I don't call any pitches, but I will control the running game. I dictate the throws, step-offs, hold the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count. And he wasn't bunting. And Aswell gave it the whoa. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Now the infield will back up a step, double play depth. Here's the 1-2 runner going, and in the air to right field. Hunter. He's got it, trying to get back to first, and will. It's Patterson. Had to play a little game with Ibar, the shortstop, who was pretending as though he had the ball.
Yeah, he's going to steal this base, and I think Scioscia's going to come out and think that when he slides, did he go back and re-tag the bag, because he picked up Gary Allenson over at third base, the third base coach, to see where the ball was. Watch this. I mean, he's going to make it. Great jump right here. And right there, he's going to look. He's looking right there. So he slid in, and what Scioscia is questioning, did he tag the bag on the way back? And I thought he did.
Looked like he stayed right on it.
Yep. And I guess what Mike is saying, did he go by it? And so, okay, right there, I'm there.
I'm still there.
Yeah, but did he actually come towards third? And I don't think his momentum was going to third.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
If he pushed off the bag with that foot when he started back, he's all right, but it's hard to see that.
It'd been different if he had come around some way and was actually momentum going to thirds, but I'm sure that's what Mike's talking about, as he should, because it's you're looking for outs here and trying to keep the Orioles from scoring another run or two.
No, Patterson back to first base, 1 away.
So let's see. He contacts second base right there. Foot on. Now, he's never made any type of attempt. He's looking at Gary Allenson, the third base coach. But, of course, he's facing right into the Angel dugout, too.
I think that was a good call. That will be fouled off. Brian Roberts 0 for 3 in the ballgame. You saw Ibar, the shortstop, was standing there pretending that he was taking a throw or the ball was coming in and trying to confuse Patterson, and he did for a second. And it's hard, obviously, to hear either third or first base coach hollering at you when you're out there at second base.
Yeah, and also when you're a stolen base guy, that was a straight steal. So he never looked to see where the ball was gone or was hit.
That's going to be a base hit by Brian Roberts into the corner. Patterson on his way to third. Hunter has to go get it. Gary Allenson's waving him home. Here comes Patterson. He won't even have a play, and there'll be none at third. A triple and an RBI for Brian Roberts, and a 3-0 O's lead.
Take a look right here down into the corner, and right here Corey's going to go, but he will actually slow down a little bit right about here. And then all of a sudden he sees Gary Allison. He comes in. Hunter has all kinds of trouble. 9 Gold Gloves, none in right field, and the Orioles take advantage of his, I guess, not knowing the nuances of right field here at Camden Yards.
First time this year, the 3 consecutive games with 5 or more extra base hits, and that one's going to knock Herron out of the ball game. So Brian Roberts, battling through whatever the pain may be here in this ball game, picks up his first triple, second RBI of the year. Out of there, the 6th time this year he has given up 10 hits in a ball game, and the Orioles drive him out here in the 7th, and Jepson on the pitch.
Yeah, 26-year-old right-hander, real good year for him last year as they won 97 games. Some shoulder soreness, so he comes in. Look at that, 44 strikeouts. And again, when they have a lead, that's usually when he pitched. 17 out of 18 when it comes to holding games, and when he's in because of that, they're 29-13. So a little bit unaccustomed to coming in when they're behind, but he needs to get some work, and tonight will be the night.
Runner on at third, only one away. Brian Roberts with a triple in the RBI, and the infield's in. Nick Markakis with a homer leading off the 6th, 1 for 3 in the ball game. And he'll put it right through that drawn-in infield. A base hit and an RBI. Ryan Roberts scores, and the Orioles lead it 4-0.
Well, it's bobblehead for Nick Markakis evening, and he's got them bobbling right here, looking for a curveball. You know, the scouting reports, Terry Crowley tells him, hey, this is what this guy can do. So right here, pretty good curveball, but a bad result because the infield's in. Kendrick can't get to it. Neither can Turris, and it makes it 4-0.
4 runs will be charged to Dan Herron. 4 runs, 10 hits, 6 1/3 his final line. Ty Wigginton a single double, and he is struck out. 2 RBI ball game for Markakis, 1 for PA and 1 for Roberts. And Herron could suffer his 3rd loss since joining these Angels.
Well, frustrating night. No run support. Pitched pretty well, especially pitched great for the first 5 innings.
Wigginton late on it, throw down. Markakis diving back in.
Yeah, Jepson's got the good cut fastball. You saw that 95. That's a slider that kind of backed up. And then you saw the curveball that Markakis bounced into right field.
Jepson facing the Orioles lifetime. This is the 5th occasion. Previous 4, he's given up 1 run, 3 hits. Only 4 innings worked against the Orioles in his career. 0-2 count. Wigginton way up high on that one, 1-2. Now the Orioles putting themselves in a great position to sweep this 3-game set. They have not had a sweep since 03 against the Angels. 1-2 delivery, and that's going to be outside. 2 ball, 2 strike count. 4 runs on 11 hits for the Orioles. Scioscia's teams had only 3 hits in the ball game off Jake Arrieta. Wigginton with a 2-2. Soft toss over that time. Still only 1 out. Markakis a good lead. 2-2 delivery. Wigginton shatters the bat. Short. Ibar is Turris. Relay. Nice pick by Kendrick at first base. But the Orioles come away with a 2-run 7th inning, leaving nobody on and extending their lead to 4-0. By a score of 4-0, Nick Markakis, our 4th drive of the game.
Wow, that got the Orioles started, and it was a mammoth shot to right center field. Number 8 on the year for him.
And your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. We go to the 8th inning, and Reggie Willits will come on to be the pinch hitter for Jeff Mathis, who is 0 for 2. Mike Scioscia will go to the bench.
Yeah, speedster, so everybody in the step.
Trying to get some runners on now to try and generate an offense. Switch hitter, 324 right, 246 left. As a pinch hitter, he's gone 0 for 5.
Yeah, when he gets a play, he hit 7 out of the last 9, 21 hits in his last 26 games. So if you're Jake Arrieta, with Mike Gonzalez getting loose, you really don't. You want him to come in because, in a sense, because you know how well he can pitch. We did that the other night, but throw some strikes.
2-0 count, 89 pitches thrown by Arrieta in the ball game. 2-0 delivery will be in there for a strike to Willits. Gorgeous, number 9, waiting on deck, and then Ibar at the top of the order. Orioles on top, 4-0. Fernando Rodney. Angels bullpen. Arrieta with a 2-1 delivery, and he'll foul that one. That kind of swing shows you exactly the kind of hitter that he is. He is a punch hitter. Line drives that he goes to the gap. He draws the outfield in against him to try and cut off those flares. PA and Jones are both in left and in center, and obviously they give him that gap in right center because he likes to punch the ball the other way. 2 ball, 2 strike count of Reggie Willits. And 3 ball, 2 strike count.
Well, still good velocity.
Keep in mind, these Angels had a big comeback.
Oh, did they ever?
Last night? 5 runs in the 7th inning. They got another run in the 9th and made it a very close game. It had been 9-1. It ended 9-7. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. So he gets his first pinch hit of the season, a leadoff single in the 8th inning. Find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. Browse the largest online selection. Caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and much more for the whole family. You can shop 24/7. Get your gear from the official source, theorioles.com shop. Arrieta's given up 4 hits now in the ball game. Peter Borges has a walk, and he is grounded out. Arrieta's pitch to him is in there for a strike.
Yeah, I think it's a great learning illustration. First of all, just about everything's worked tonight. Great stuff, great curveball, pretty good changeups. But again, what does this feel like? I mean, what did I have to do to be able to have the kind of command I have? And I think another thing he's probably learned is when I make my good pitches, I get major league hitters out. And when I don't, on the 4 occasions, they'll hit the ball sharply. But other than that, he's been awfully good tonight.
Already his longest major league outing. He had 7, as Jim mentioned. Again, his 2nd start this season, and this is his first year. He's exceeding that now with the 7+, and has a 2-strike count on Borges.
And one thing I found when I was pitching at his age is that if you try to throw after 95 pitches hard, and you want to just slow everything down and speed up your arm versus trying to throw hard, because then your arm never catches up. That's the way you make quality pitches late in the game.
0-2 count, runner at first base. Again down the line by Borges, and that'll be a foul ball. Only 3 strikeouts in the ball game. He's allowed the D to work behind him. Did not give up a hit until Caspo got one in the 5th inning with 2 down, a double. Sense has given up a single to Hunter and a single to Matsui, and now in this inning, Willits picking up the base hit. 0-2. Foul back. A couple of rookies who may see one another over the years in their careers, one would think.
And you can see that long stride just getting just a shade long, and then you rotate and you almost. It's I ran into Dave Johnson, who does the Oriole radio. He said it's kind of like a little recoil, where instead of getting over the front side, you kind of rock backwards.
0-2 delivery. Borges will take that. You could actually see him landing and rocking on his heel. He's so far out in front, he's just enough off balance, so he has to use the heel.
Yep. Where you'd like to land on the ball of your foot, and that's what he talked about early on in this game when we did the little film piece out in the bullpen. He puts a little box 5.5 feet out and tries to land on it, but when you get into the game, things change.
Borges battling here as he fouls it back.
But what you've seen tonight again is why he's so highly touted. And again, big kid, 6'4".
See that heel?
Yeah, that was a little better because again, it wasn't in that little swivel. But if you took that stride maybe 3 or 4 inches shorter, then you'd be on the ball of your foot. I think it just allows, at least it did me, it allowed me, and I was about similar height, to finish your pitches a little bit better.
1-2 delivery on the way, and got him on the outside corner. Battle won by Arrieta.
Yeah, Borges just trying to stay alive and maybe poke somewhere. Take a look right here. 1-2 pitch right at the knees. And I think Peter Borges is saying, I would like to think that maybe that was a shade low, but nice pitch by Arrieta to get the strikeout.
Career high 7 1/3. Still on at first base, Willits. Ibar at the top of the order has reached on an error, 0 for 3. And the pitch is inside for a ball. One 0 count. Orioles looking to extend this to a 3-game win streak. Not a big lead for Willits. The 1-0 delivery, Ibar off speed away. White Sox will move in. for a 4-game series, all night games, Sunday afternoon, and then Monday night. They are right now 7th in average, 4th in home runs, 7th in runs per game in the American League. ERA has been good, 4th best. They are leading the Central. Paul Konerko, 3.02, big year for him, 4-5 against the Orioles last year. And the pitch is taken inside. Arrieta would like to have had that one himself, and it's 3-0. Brad Bergeson and John Danks will open up the White Sox series tomorrow. Millwood, Guthrie, and Brian Mattis to go against Floyd, Burley, and Jackson.
Yeah, you better be on your toes against the White Sox the way they're playing. Great pitching, bullpen, 4 guys at the back end that could all close.
Taken.
Right. Yep. Well, yeah, and the reason I was talking a little bit earlier about it, what it feels like, because I used to coach Little League down in Palm Beach Gardens, and when you get your Little Leaguers and they make that quality pitch, pitching is such feel and touch. You have to be able to recall that, and that's how you repeat your windup. And, what did I do? Did I stay back? Did I get up on top? Did I get my arm out in front?
3-1 delivery, and walked it. So that'll put runners on at first and second base as Ibar draws the free pass. Willits will go down. Now it gets a little tougher here. The Orioles have a 4-0 lead, but middle of that order is closing in. Gonzalez is ready in the bullpen.
Yeah, the one guy that can switch it, even though he can hit lefties pretty well, is Bobby Abreu, and he's on deck. So that's probably Mike Gonzalez's guy.
Second walk by Arrieta in the ball game. As Torres has an 0 for 3, 2 for 11 in the series. 221 average. Mesa is Torres. The off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Arrieta trying to work his way through one more inning. 106 pitches. Off first and second, the 0-1 delivery. And a grounded towards second base. Brian Roberts bobbles. They get one, and just barely. Sliding in, Ibar almost ahead of the toss, but not quite.
Well, I hope he didn't get hurt right here. I don't know if it's going to be a double play because it's good speed, but it looks like it might be. And right there, again, a lot of quick movements. Well, the ball comes up the glove, and you do get the lead runner.
And Buck Showalter charging out, and that's that. He does set the fastest pace from the dugout to the mound, and the fans are going to be on their feet. Showalter congratulating him as Arrieta will leave. Great line for him as he looks for his 4th win of the season. Only a couple of walks, 4 hits, and That'll bring on Gonzalez.
Yeah, third great consecutive game for the starters. Mike Gonzalez is about as good as it gets the other night. Got all five, not all five, but 5 outs. And the Orioles were able to win that ball game. So Abreu, who's 1 for 1 in a lifetime, will step in.
Bobby Abreu's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Runners on at first and third now. Willits at third base as Torres reaching on the fielder's choice. And Abreu with 2 down stands in. And he will take the pitch as he normally does for a strike. 224 off the lefties. 272 off right-handers.
Bobby's just laughing. He goes, even if I didn't take just about every first pitch, I couldn't hit that one. 94 on the black outside quarter.
Abreu, ground ball to the middle. Roberts diving, can't get it, and it'll get a run in. And over to third base, hustling is Torres. So Abreu gets the RBI single, and it gets real interesting now. It is a 4-1 ball game, and runners at first and third with 2 down.
Well, I got a right-hander out in the bullpen, and well, again, Gonzalez again gets 1 ball in the middle of the plate, and Abreu's waiting. Now 2 for 2 lifetime.
Bobby Abreu with RBI number 59. Only 1 batter will be worked to, and Jason Birkin will be coming out of the bullpen as the Orioles lead is now 4-1. Charged to Arrieta. He's now responsible, though, for Abreu and Birkin on.
It leads the American League in innings pitched. So the last appearance, 1 inning in Kansas City, was scoreless. Been a kind of a tough schedule for him over the last 11 games. 10 earned runs after being so good. 8 earned runs over the first 27 games. But again, you start looking at matchups, righty versus righty, and hope he's able to make his pitches. Had a great slider most of the year this year.
Potential tying run is now at the plate, and it's Torrey Hunter. And the pitch is outside for a ball. So again, the Angels, as they did last night late in the ball game, despite trailing throughout, are able to get that potential tying run to the plate. And Hunter, obviously ever dangerous. He is 1 for 2 off Birkin. Runners at first and third. Abreu the RBI single. And that will miss as Torres on at third and Abreu on at first. As Jake Arrieta watching intently as he is hoping to get the win in this game.
Yeah, you got Matsui on deck, who has never had a hit, 0 for 6. I'm not suggesting that you pitch around Torrey Hunter, but you better make your pitches because he loves the ball out over the plate. Base hit off of Arrieta was there.
That one in the air, and this ball game may be tied. PA back, and goodbye home run. Jason Birkin has surrendered the homer to Torrey Hunter, and it is a 4-4 game.
Well, that's what I was talking about. You got a veteran guy. You talked about it earlier in the game. Horrible base running decision last night. 17th home run of the year on a fastball that ends up right in the middle of the plate in the hitter's count. And you just don't get away with it very often. 92, he's looking for it. And he knows it's gone in this ballpark. Boy, the big eraser, the 3-run home run.
So it's all new. And what a tough break for Arrieta. Certainly deserved to be a winning pitcher in this ball game, but the bullpen could not hold it for him. And here's Matsui. And so it's the Angels' turn to get it done with 2 down. They got the leadoff single from Willits, followed up by a 1-out walk to Ibar. The double play that wasn't turned right now is the big play in this inning. And that will be down the line in left field and into the seats, and a 1-ball 1-strike count on Matsui.
Well, you saw why it is so difficult to come in as a reliever. Home run hitter at the plate. You got to come in. You got to be perfect. He makes a mistake. Corey Hunter didn't get all that money to sign with the Angels not to be able to have a good authoritative swing, 2-0, and he gets a pitch to hit, and it's all tied.
5th home run Arrieta that Burkin has surrendered on the season. And that will be taken for a 1-ball 2-strike count. So the base is clear. 4-11-1 for the Orioles. 4-6-1 for the Angels. Torrey Hunter, night of redemption for him at this moment, tying the ball game up. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Matsui trying to take a lead, won't get it. Burkin will get the strikeout, but the damage done. 4 runs in the 8th inning, and the game's tied. Player of the game, Arrieta. A couple of runs, 4 hits over 7 2/3 innings. Nate Markakis tonight delivering his 8th home run, plus a single, 2 RBIs for the right fielder tonight. And for Adam Jones, he's had a double single and a run scored. Text in your vote A, B, or C to 518-62. So now in a tie ball game going to the bottom half of the 8th inning, here's Fernando Rodney.
Yeah, he's always been good against the Orioles. They hit him at a 194 clip, 12 for 62. Lately it's been a struggle. 13 earned runs over the last 19 games after a great start. And again, a guy that throws real hard with a great change up to back it up with.
So the Orioles will need to come back. Pitching coach Rick Kranitz over to talk to Jason Burkin, who obviously is not feeling real good right now.
Well, that's a tough thing. We talk about how difficult he'd come in. You got to make good pitches. He couldn't do that. Got behind Hunter, and then again, you just take all that great effort, and it can be heart-wrenching. And that's what being a bullpenner is about. And then, I'm sure Rick Kranitz talking to him about that. He's had a terrific first 3-4 months.
Fernando Rodney We'll try and keep this even, and the Orioles will try and get up. Bobby Wilson has come on to do the catching for Mathis, who was pinch hit for, and that mattered because Willits got the leadoff single that started that inning. So Wilson on to do the catching. Luke Scott, 4-game hit streak. He extended with a double in the first inning. He is 1 for 3. Here's the battle right here where one swing of the bat can tilt it back in the Orioles' favor.
We'll see right there how many pitchers come in and actually throw a changeup on the first pitch, because what are you changing up on? But that's how good that changeup is. You know, great arm speed, great deception. There's another one.
Outside with that 1-1.
And then you have a great fastball hitter at the plate.
Luke Scott 0 for 1, the only time he has faced Fernando Rodney. Scott, Jones, and PA due up in the inning. Arrieta charged 2 runs, 4 hits, 7 2/3. Gonzalez a run on a hit and no part of an inning pitched. And that will just miss inside by Rodney. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Orioles have lost 8 ball games this year where they have had a lead after 7. That's a lot of losses with a lead after 7. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Scott towards the seats and out of play.
Look at that, 99. 15-mile-per-hour difference between the changeup and the fastball. 37 saves last year for the Tigers.
Two-ball, 2-strike count. Outfield about as deep as you can get on Luke Scott. 2-2 delivery will be fouled straight back, and it will remain 2-2. The closer, Simone, is up in the bullpen. Gibson worked 2/3 of an inning in relief of Dan Herron and gave up 1 hit, so Herron and Arrieta both non-decisions. Berkman still officially in the ball game for the Orioles. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Breaking ball, Scott bouncing that one on a check swing, and the count will stay at 2-2. The bullpen for the Angels ranked 13th in ERA, second highest in the league. A lot of hits, 12th most hits per 9 innings pitched. They have had their problems this season.
It's hard to figure out how he's given up 13 earned runs in his last 18 appearances the way he can throw.
2-2 delivery to Scott, came inside on him right off the handle.
I think you take your chances throwing 100 miles per hour, which that pitch was, and then a changeup to go along with it. In on the fist at 100. And then that 37 last year was out of 38 opportunities, the highest percentage in the American League.
So there was too much to contend with in those saves for Jimmy Leland to survive.
I guess, yeah.
They were interesting.
Not everybody can be like Mariano Rivera.
A 2-ball, 2-strike count. Luke Scott leading it off here in the 8th inning for the Orioles. And again, a big cut off the end of the bat.
Yeah,
swinging on the arm and not.
Well, that's what the changeup's all about, as you know, Jerry. And of course, Mariano, he could be a poker player, $5 million hand, take it or leave it, and no perspiration.
Well, all the money he's made, he actually could, and he wouldn't be worried at all.
Well, you're right. Forgot about that. You just take a look at that left hand with the 5 World Series rings and go, what, me worried?
Me? Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and again, trying to time that thing. That's a cue shot.
Well, you can't, because, again, it's such a great point. And my first year, we had Stu Miller, and we were talking a little bit about how you throw the changeup. And I was sitting in the bullpen when the Angels actually played at Dodger Stadium, and I'm just standing at home plate, and Stu's warming up, and he's throwing changeups, and I'm timing them because I know they're coming. Then he threw me a fastball, which probably might have been 87, and the changeup's 72. He jerked his neck, and it was, I almost had a heart attack because that was the difference, and you could not pick up the arm speed. So you can't distinguish. And again, we're talking 99 versus 84, and they appear to be the same speed, and they're not.
2-2 delivery again on the way, and that will be fouled away, so he decided to go fastball.
Yeah, he backed off with that one, only 98. And a pretty good located fastball up and away.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Scott in a good battle here with Rodney, who's had to throw 10 pitches so far in this at bat. Luke up to the 20 homer mark, 3rd straight season that he's done that, 20 or more. And the first Oriole to do that since Miguel Tejada did it in 2004, 5, and 6. 2-2 pitch, and it's full. 3-2. Luke Scott battling Rodney.
Well, right here, trying to hit the outside corner, and the ball just runs off the corner. Oh, this could be like roulette. Just take it. Black or white. Black or red. Come on. Ball or strike.
Strike.
Well, then I guess he goes back to the dugout.
Strike.
Okay.
3 ball, 2 strike. Here's the delivery. And that'll be fouled away. And again, 100. And Scott's got him doing what you want as a hitter. He's got Rodney talking to himself. After that foul ball, Rodney just kind of went, man.
Well, he doesn't want to get the first runner on. They most likely will pinch run for Luke Scott.
This will be the 13th pitch of the at-bat. Jones and PA waiting. Three-two delivery. Scott to short. Ibar's got it, and 1 away. Rodney throws his hands up in the air like, finally. He is a demonstrative individual.
And he's talking to himself. He is. Well, you got to give him credit. You got to give him both credit. He threw strikes, and Luke tried to foul him off, and then, would you call that a quality at bat? You hit a screamer right at the shortstop?
Well, I guess I'm more of the Ralph Kiner line.
Okay, which is?
Don't tell me it's a quality at bat if you're not on base. Now, that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
That's a little harsh.
Well, if you lead the National League in home runs 7 straight years, you can say that.
But the benefactor of it may be Jones and PA, which makes it a quality at bat. If Rodney just, is off a touch or takes a deep breath and throws one down the middle.
Yeah, if you're Mike Scioscia and you're thinking, I'm going to use this kid for 2 innings in the pitch count already, 15, 16. So maybe you don't get him now, you get him later.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Double single and a ground ball out for Adam Jones in the ball game. Rodney's pitch to him is going to miss away. Rodney thought he had the corner. You could just keep the camera on Rodney and you have entertainment for the entire evening. He's just there's a reaction to every single pitch. I don't mean that negatively. It's just that's what he is, how he is. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Jones. Adam 0 for 1 off him. Make your fingernails tingle.
Well, I think Adam, I got to go back here to the book here. And this is 99. Nope, Jones, he didn't hit a home run on him. I was thinking the right-hander that threw a little bit, even about the same, that hurt his elbow. He took him deep on a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. Having a mind blank. Joel Zumaya. 100 into the left field seats a couple of years ago.
Tried to take that one.
Wow.
That was close. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Tie ball game, 8th inning. Orioles had the 4-0 lead. Orioles saw the Angels get their 4 in the 8th inning. 4 runs, 3 hits. Big blow. Torrey Hunter's 3 RBI homer. Abreu an RBI single. There is Hunter. He's brought the Angels even as they try and avoid the sweep. Birkin, who came on, giving up the homer. 3 ball, 2 strike count to Jones. 19 pitches thrown so far, and he throttled back. 2 down.
Yeah, terrific changeup. That's after he reached 101 on the pitch before, and then just pulls the string and then some. And turns it over a little bit, so he's got that movement left to right into the right-handed hitter Adam Jones.
And that will bring up Felix Piet.
Not any torque there, is there?
Nope.
Wow.
He wouldn't know if the ball was hit back to him because his back's to the plate. Piet with 2 away. RBI single. He's hit into a double play, and he has grounded out. 2 down, nobody on. Ryan Roberts with the RBI triple in the ball game, 1 for 4, and a run scored, but a double play not turned that kept that inning alive. Borges going back. The speedster, can he get there? Reaches out, and he does. Whoa. He's made 2 plays tonight that were very tough, look relatively easy. He can fly. 4-4 game. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Heck of a ball game here to wrap up this series. We go to the 9th inning, 4-4. Jason Burkett will remain on, and he will be facing Cayaspo, Kendrick, and Wilson. Cayaspo in the ball game, a double. He is 1 for 3. He's grounded out and also hit into a double play. 5 left on by the Orioles, 4 by the Angels in the game. And Birkin's delivery. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. And Cayaspo now, obviously these teams working for that 1 run here in the 9th inning. Trying to get the leadoff man on. 0-1 delivery looped in the air to left. Piet's coming hard and will get there in fair territory.
Yeah, good changeup down and away to Cayaspo, and then it's just a matter, do you have the kind of speed? Really gets to it easily. Of course, we are covering the bases with Piet. He'd like to cover one. Almost had a triple the last time up. A nice play right there for the first out.
Here is Howie Kendrick. 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ground ball, a couple of fly balls. Kendrick will take it up and in. Kendrick 1 for 2 off Jason Birkin. Angels getting ready now with Rodriguez and Fuentes.
Fuentes the closer. Rodriguez gave up the home run the other day.
And there's a base hit. So an 8-game hit streak, season high for Howie Kendrick. He's on with 1 away in the top of the 9th. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow. The White Sox in town, first of 4. Brad Ferguson takes them out against John Danks. Our coverage on MASN HD 630. O's Extra presented by your local Ford dealer. Game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. Minnesota beat Tampa Bay today. The White Sox came away with the win, so that race with Danks and Bergeson going close for the White Sox, who lead the Twins by a game and a half, and now the Tigers are 9 out in third place. Here's Bobby Wilson. First time we've seen Wilson in the series as he's come on to do the catching in the ball game.
Yeah, good fastball hitter. And so far tonight, Kendrick with 10 steals, only been caught twice, so it is certainly not out of the realm of possibility that he might be able to try to advance here. And again, until last night on the aborted attempted steal or whatever it was of Hunter to third, first time they've thrown anybody out in 26 attempts.
And Wilson will foul it off. Wilson was up and down last year with the ball club, and then this season in his first start in April got a concussion and a left ankle sprain on a collision with Mark Teixeira, and had to go on the DL. Not exactly the way you want your first start to go.
Yeah, he and Mathis had the chip bone, so they lost two of their catchers.
0-1 count on Wilson. Runner at first base, Kendrick. Kendrick goes, and that will be a foul ball.
Yeah, a little run and hit. Start the runner. Somebody's going to cover, and you could see Wilson try to stay inside it, but steered it foul.
Tough ball game. 2-strike count on Wilson. Bobby Wilson out of Seminole, Florida. Oh, 2 count, and a good pitch by Berkman. 2 down.
Now that's the book on him. A better fastball hitter. They try to hit and run, get the count at 2, and then Jason Berkman executes his pitches. Right there, a slider, outside corner. Wilson out in front of it.
2 down. Kendrick remains on at first base. Peter Borges coming up. He has been called out on strikes, grounded out, and has drawn a walk. Borges, a couple of hits and 9 at-bats in the series, making his major league debut here in Baltimore with his dad, the Baltimore scout, and mom on hand to watch.
Well, the overwhelming thing that you notice is how quickly he gets to and how much ground he covers. He may cover more ground than anybody in baseball.
That one will go to short, Force at second, and that will do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. Bottom of the 9th. Wieters, Patterson, as Turris.
Back with those extra post-game bursts coming up in the bottom of the 9th. Now, of course, there is disappointment at allowing a 4-0 lead to slip away. However, the game is still tied. The Orioles can still win.
Jake Arrieta pitches a beautiful game, but gives way in the 8th inning. Orioles bullpen comes in, gives up the lead. Right now, the Orioles are tied with a chance to win, though.
So, bottom of the 9th coming up. And, Gary, who's going to get the big hit? Maybe Matt Wieters. He's set to lead off. Let's send it back to you.
All right, let's see. Matt's had a good bat here in this series. 4-11-1 for the Orioles. And here is Francisco Rodriguez, second appearance in the series.
Yeah, gave up 3 runs. One of them, they came in with a 2-1 lead after Trevor Bell pitched so well, and then didn't get a cutter in. 3-2 pitch to Luke Scott with a man on. Hit a home run. The Orioles added another run, so 3 runs after being really good. Only 3 earned runs in his previous 11 start. So, curveball throws, 91 to 92, and then the cut fastball, the one that didn't cut the other night, the big mistake. But again, a guy that's been up and down the last couple of years out of their AAA affiliate, Salt Lake City.
Rodney threw an inning, had a strikeout. Gibson, 2/3 of an inning and one hit. And the starter, Dan Herron, 4 runs, 10 hits over 6 1/3. So the Orioles need one to put it away and to sweep the series. Wieters has an 0 for 3 in the ballgame, 3 for 9 in this series. So Patterson and his first due up.
Yeah, how do you hit a home run without trying? Just try to drive the ball gap to gap, and you never know. Put a good swing on.
Left-handers, 292 off Rodriguez, who will get ahead on the count.
Wow. We didn't see 96 the other night. And on the corner.
Rodriguez has given up a couple of home runs to left-handers, 1 to right-handers. 0-1 count. And Matt Wieters takes it to left center field. He's got to get to second base. He will make the turn and get there easily. And that's what the Orioles needed, a leadoff double in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Well, it always seems like a good pitch. 96 on the black, and then you come back with a curveball. You speed up the bat. I always felt couldn't command my curveball as well because it's just harder to throw it exactly where you want to. And Matt hits it right up the gap. Brayu trying to get to it. Borges gets there very quickly.
It'll be Julio Lugo coming on a run for Matt Wieters with a potential winning run. Meeting of the infield at the mound. Wieters congratulated with a 2-bagger. Now Patterson coming up. We'll see how this will be played. The infield, of course, looking for the sacrifice bunt.
Well, I guess, and if you're Buck Showalter, what do you want? I mean, do you want to bunt him over and then have them play the infield with his tourists on deck? Or do you want to have 3 shots of maybe getting him in with good speed at second base?
He bunts.
There's your answer.
Going to third, plays at first. 7th sacrifice of the year for Corey Patterson.
Well, that's pretty simple. Yeah, we've seen him drag like this all the time, trying to get it by the pitcher. This is a sacrifice, and, of course, if you make the perfect bunt.
Now Socha is going to go out himself. Obviously, they've got to try and cut this run off.
Well, you got a lot of options. I can't remember the last time the Orioles have ever squeezed.
Squeezed?
I'm not saying that. I mean, that's an option.
Torrey Hunter's come all the way in from right field to join this meeting at the mound.
A lot of times, again, you'll play your outfielders where a position you can catch a line drive and throw them out at home plate.
And that's what Hunter wanted to know. As a leader of the outfield and center for all this time, I mean, even though he's in right, he's still the leader, and he's going to play in the infield, actually. They're going to go with 2 outfielders.
Oh, boy, I saw this in A-ball when I played for Cal Ripken Sr. You split your outfielders, and then you bring 5 in, so it makes it very difficult to hit the ball through the infield on the ground. Now, fly ball, obviously, it really does cut down the angles. We've seen Borges, he can go get him anywhere.
Lugo on at third base, 1 away. Here's his Torres, 0 for 3. And almost got away as Wilson caught that with his glove down to the ground. Wasn't sure he had it. Interesting. First time this year we've seen the 5-man infield.
Yeah, just a running fastball and almost gets by him. He's checking to see if it's in there.
And Torres trying to get the game winner.
Yeah, fly ball. Get it in the air.
4-4. Here's the 1-0 delivered to him, and that will be taken inside. To update you on our voting for the AT&T Player of the Game, you can still text in your vote. Arrieta on top, A, B, or C, 51862. Results on the O's Extra postgame show. But Showalter trying to go 3-0. Lugo and his Torres trying to combine to win it. Here's the 2-0 delivery as Turris will foul it away, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, a lot of open bases if you're Francisco Rodriguez. Either make your pitches. You get two opposing forces. You got a guy on the mound trying to either get a pop-up, a strikeout, or a ground ball, and a guy at the plate trying to do what you don't usually like to do, which is just fly out somewhere with any kind of depth.
Rodriguez has 5 wild pitches. 2-1 delivery, jammed him on that one, and it'll be foul back.
Well, that was that cutter that he didn't get to cut the other night against Luke Scott. Pretty good pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th. 1 down. Abreu moves 5 steps closer to the line and left. Center field's wide open. Abreu looked in and they moved him way over towards left. Borges in right center. Rodriguez with the 2-2 delivered. Fouled hard off home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt.
Nice defensive swing by Cesar Turris. Up and in. He's able to foul that one off right off the mask. Wow.
Boy, that came back. Wow. Lugo down there talking to Mike Winter.
And Hunter doesn't know whether it's spring, fall, Hunter, or fall or winter. Right there, I'd have to take one off the mask.
2 ball, 2 strike count on his Turris. Infield creeps in a little more. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Is Turris base hit? The Orioles win it. Lugo scores as Turris gets the game winner. The Orioles have swept the Angels with a run in the bottom of the 9th inning to win it 5-4. Americans a winner. Rodriguez a loser, and the Orioles sweep. So they take it. Now it's the White Sox for 4. The opener tomorrow night, Brad Bergeson against John Danks. O's Extra, presented by a local Ford dealer at 6:30 on Masson HD. Game coverage at 7. For Jim Palmer, I'm with Theo Harrison, our great crew. I'm Gary Thorne. We bid you adieu. What a ball game tonight. A look at how it happened. This has been a Masson presentation now. O's Extra, Jim and Rick. Right now.
Well, what a night here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. O's Extra.